To all those who hear, let us gather to witness the folds of time. Can you see the golden woods of Dawncast? Why does the first Toth Kingdom stand yet without a king? Do you recognize the glistening beaches of Holy Water? Why do the forgetters purge memories for pleasure when all they get is pain? Can't you hear the screaming siblings? A planet and a realm both abandoned and forgot. Know now my proclamation. These are your savior's words. The God War has ended. Let there now be peace on Karth, or forever know my wrath.
Let's go.
Happy New Year. I mean,
Project Party's episode 6.
Dang, episode 6.
Nailed it.
This is where the intro goes. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Last time on
intro.
Dungeon Ball Z.
It's the intro and we're loving it.
You were scrying on a Dane, the leader of Cutthroat Universe. As the scry ended, he stared into it. And Morwin and him, his squid-faced friend, they both looked into it and said, oh, this is getting exciting. As the scry ends, Heppin says, hi, friends, and Blur immediately closed the book saying, no, please, no. And then it was time for y'all to figure out what you're doing next. Cutthroat Universe had been talking about phase 4 of the plan for themselves, and that Blur thought that possibly whatever they were up to, you may be able to go forward and do whatever mission you were brought here for. Blur says he would like to go find Hothram, now knowing that he's still alive. And as y'all are standing around discussing for a second, at the top of Blur's room, a kitty widget appeared in the room. After figuring out the new cloak, Dareem decides to blast it as an experiment with his web, sending a 40-foot cube splooging into the top of the ceiling and crushing down. And there's like I don't know if I know volumetric stuff very well, but it gave you enough room to still stand in the room. After that, Dareem goes up and crushes it. The door opened as a white orb with a red glass eye, flickering red light flies into the room as Hollander spoke through it. My little adventurer buddies, Blur, you've been a bad boy. And as he tries to vamp as a real villain does, you know, like someone spends a long time just like crafting and calculating what these characters are going to say in the moment, Jack says, fuck this shit. Just starts blasting it. Heppin picks it up immediately, starts stabbing it. Another orb comes in and is like, I got it out. I only got so many of these. Y'all crush that one. The speakers turn on in the room. I can't see anything, but and as that happens, y'all say what?
Then we left him a fart can.
Yes. Then you decided let's leave him a little message. And y'all talked about farts for 10 minutes. And it was honestly one of the funniest things. Heppin kept saying poppers instead of pipers. We talked about that. That became canon in the world. And as y'all decide to move forward, Jax brings together the robot boys with a 1, 2, 3 robot boys, and Heppin goes to Van and says, hey, 1, 2, 3 friends, and just keeps that going. In the hallway, he as Blur says his goodbyes, he turns and runs off, and out of nowhere, a metal arm shoots out from the wall, grabbing him as these 3 claw grabber robot looking Hitmonlee things are on the walls, and they attack you outside. Very specifically, the kitty widget you saw was also the one from the prize room, if y'all don't remember that. Y'all fight them, y'all destroy them, and make your way, parting from Blur as you make your way down the tunnelway. In the most fanciful fashion I've ever seen in my life, through the use of a hoverboard, Van's incredible speed, Jax being like an 80-pound boy and Heppin having wings, y'all tied yourselves together to create this vehicle thing as Dareem wakeboarded Tony Hawked his way up the sides of the walls behind, and Van just booked it through. You made your way down the tunnel system, just obviously crashing the very first time you tried it, but now you've kind of picked up on what it is. Coming to the end, y'all see a red light at the end of the tunnel as you heard this sleeping whirring sound as this almost locked chain link fence of kitty widgets sleeping on top of each other blocked the tunnelway. Thousands of them. Y'all snuck your way up to the right, the only entrance to the Oasis Park ahead. And as you do, you heard the sound of a rock falling down the stairs behind you. The kitty widgets stopped. They slept. Sorry, the kitty widgets didn't make any noise. They apparently weren't waking up from this. And Dareem picked the rock back up. Identifying it, it's yellow rock. As you made your way into Oasis Park, you enter into the area. Rolling hills of green set apart from separate hills with forests on top of each other. You walked into this beautiful outlaid tree forest in front of you, about like 150 wide, and you were very in the middle of it. There were these growing gorged fruits of like juicy fruits dropping from the treetops as these metal tubes from the hills themselves were lined into the trees. Jax decides at this point, as Heppin and y'all are making your way forward, Heppin is staring into the dagger, the Prince's Bane, which he's attuned to, and he's like, yo, I saw someone in this. Fucking talk to me. Whoever's inside said nothing. As Jax discovers, with help of Heppin, Jax has all the answers inside himself. So as he does, he goes forward. That's a tree. That's a fruit. I'ma eat that shit. As he eats the fruit off of the ground, his vision turns green. It's beautiful as a darkness takes over his mind's eye. Compulsed to eat, he hears a voice that is the design of some creature named Arlmir. Jax feels his eye actually open within himself, and this darkness that took over him gets split by the energy of the eye as shooting through the compulsion, he comes to realizing that voice was like an echo that he was not supposed to hear. Like he saw through this somehow. As his body, in its sweet little robot boy way, starts to digest the actual food, black mist raises off of his skin, not like the energy that you're used to seeing whatsoever. He has this taste of metallic in his mouth as he's just, oh God, his stomach starts to hurt. He tells y'all, don't eat the fruit. As he drops to the ground, Heppin, thinking he's going to puke everywhere, juts off into the air and then catches a glimpse of the Oasis Park altogether. With some ingenuity that I didn't see coming, y'all made Dareem into a drone out of the scry spell, and y'all surveyed the area at large, and you saw some sort of movement in the next forest hilltop over. At this point, the party decides we should make our way forward, following the artifact, porting north. There's some sort of larger forest in the smack dab in the middle of this Oasis Park area, though it seems to, you can't see inside the thicket of trees. It is at this point Dareem decides, if I get on my hoverboard, tie the rope around me, Van takes it, I can scry and we can move. So everybody does that. The party moves forward from forest to forest as Dareem decides to scry on Noth. His vision takes to the air and doesn't go that far, as in the middle of the Oasis Park, he zooms into this clearing inside this thicket of trees as hundreds of stone tables are filled with steaming fruit. A groggy and drooling Noth sits up at a table, holding onto his head. Oh God, what the fuck happened? From across the way, 50 ovens and different like cooking spaces are all steaming and firing off as a 4.5 foot plated, decked out, armored Ethium woman, she turns over, thick stocky neck, and this is Graina, and they have this little conversation. She's preparing the feast. You know that Morwen's on his way. We're on phase 4. Noth done fucked up. It's at this point that Dareem chooses to look into Noth's surface thoughts, and Noth is panicked. He just woke up from a bad trip. His last moments were of meeting these new royals that didn't make any sense. He was in his bed, then he woke up, and he was getting a call, and he must have messed up somewhere, and all he can think of is the anxiety of letting his friends down. And at this point, the surface thoughts switch to Graina. She loves this shit. The whole point of adventuring is sometimes your peeps fuck up. How do you roll with the dice? I mean, that just is what it is, ain't it? That's adventuring. As the party presses forward, the walls in the Oasis Park began to shake, and they rumbled as the 50-foot gigantic metal doorways off in the distance to the north began to open. Dareem, still in the scry, sees Morwen, the squid-faced man, walk into the area. They honestly make fun of Noth together and shit on him as he's like, come on, guys, it was what I did. I was attacked by wizards. They must have been wasted world master wizards. Dareem decides to poke into Morwen's head. Pure excitement. This whole thing has been such a long time coming. There's something in the weight of that long time, though, that was beyond the scope of this train. This 2 years, year and a half. It's not just this. It's not 40 years in the making. Morwen is thinking about something that has been a journey for a very long time, and he's the only one who seems to know whatever this journey is. Digging deeper, as I rolled another 1, you know and understand that Morwen, as a cleric of the God of the Sunken, would be looking for, and it's his destiny. And this destiny is exactly where and what he should be doing here on this train. He's fulfilling it. Morwen likes his party. From the first moment Adain attacked him and his crew, and then Adain as some sort, like, you get this like little flash of Adain as like a teenager, basically, like trying his first days of pirating. Morwen wipes Adain's crew and then is like, sees something in him, and it excites him. And he says, yo, be a part of my crew. As you push deeper, you get a single memory. Deep in an underground world stands a kingdom, a city cresting over the hill in this darkness expanse. A castle stands as a black sun rises above the castle. Everybody takes a knee in reverence. Every creature in the city bends the knee to the black sun. A young Morwen bends the knee and says, always for Arlmir. He knows the plan and what he has to do. It's at this point that Morwen points the scry out. He's like standing on a table as you come out of his memories and his thoughts, and he's staring up into it, and he's like, for some reason they can see us, and that's what it looks like. Y'all see this? No one else seems to be able to. The party pushing through these forest areas. The fruits are now all gone from the ground. Y'all have seen in the scry that these gorilla golems are like picking them up and barreling them and then taking them all to Graina. A feast. They talk of a feast is finally time to start. It's at this point, Dareem shares his knowledge of the scry, and using the histories of Arlmir and whatever Jax had heard, Jax knows, has a little like amazing history check. Wait, what are you knowing? Are you knowing me?
Oh, no, I was just messing with my hair.
Oh, okay. Jax knows that over the course of Karth, not many creatures have ever really been called gods. There is some sort of lost god war that happened within the span of 500 or 1,000 years ago that a lot of the history seemed to be of lost from, where a group of monstrous gods fought for domination over the world of Karth, over the realm of Karth. But whatever the gloom god is doesn't seem to ring a bell from there. There are temples on this planet. People worship certain things and deities, but the religions are few and far between. But for Jax thinking about the Gloom God, Jax got this impression of 8 pieces of energy versus 8 pieces of energy. The God wars of good versus evil. For the good, there was an impression of like looking through shadow, which turned to stark whiteness, then to purple, to brown, as each dimension of energy within them were these giant monstrous creatures with long necks, large heads, giant jaws with giant beating wings and tails as they fought for the survival of Karth. Also, he kind of gets this little history of some sort of underground kingdom that seems to have gone off the map in Grand Anthea somewhere in the last 100 years. So taking a little history guess of like, maybe that's what Dareem saw in Morwen's things, and Jax comes out being like, I do have the answers inside me. And as y'all push forward from the doors, you hear a chorus of thousands of voices. As running forward, the Brain Boy Brigade, thousands of them trample their way through to the Oasis Center to feast. Graina lifts off on a pile of earth as she welcomes them in. These gigantic brains float above them, whipping them in line to keep all of this like army of things going forward. As they go into the forest, they're crawling all over the trees, jumping as pure chaos as they begin to eat. You hear the juices squelching off in the distance. Finally, standing at the last forest, the doors now open. The brains rescind until there are no more, and the way seems seemingly clear. The party gets to the doorway, looking back over the forest area, and it's at this point that Jax, feeling like he has the answers inside of him, the brains, thousands and thousands and thousands of them, they must have come from somewhere. And there are a lot of missing people on this train. It's at this point that it hits Jax a little bit, and he says it to the party as he begins to cry. Y'all press your way through the gates, going forward. The scope of what's at stake, freshly on your minds. Tragic parties! Pew, 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 pew. It's real happy.
That's our game.
Tragic parties.
So where are we now that we've crossed through the gate?
Where are we now? There's always a song reference to be had. You are walking through this gate into seemingly like that very first tunnel that you crossed over from the first area, right? To the circus area. The make is just like that. This one is not filled with purple whatsoever. Y'all walking through. Like, give me let's do a little party thing. Jax is riding on Van's shoulder. Dareem's doing the hoverboard behind. Are we still doing all that? Y'all going super fast? Y'all like making your way slowly?
Downtown, walking fast. I really think Hep's got a kind of multi-classes of bar.
Yeah, honestly, Rogue Bard.
I feel like we would be moving cautiously.
Yeah, kind of same.
Especially after seeing like the huge.
Can I make a perception check? Can Jax make a perception check?
Yeah, everybody make a perception check going into the tunnel. Into the next tunnel forward. We're going north still.
My perception was also a 19.
A 19, give me your perception checks.
Also 19.
10.
21.
You stupid.
Van, are you trying to smell or hear, or are you just using your eyeballs?
Just using eyeballs at this point. Eyeballs and running right now.
As you make your way forward into this next giant tunnel section, the walls around you all glow a muted orange as hanging lanterns cascade this like beautiful tungsten light from the ceiling downward. And you see a once prestigious tunnelway. You can see where the workings of the prime makers that have lasted for generations. Just like the last tunnel, even though it was covered up with all that purple mist, there are tapestries and paintings, vases, artwork. Though in this place, it has all just been defiled, torn, and ripped apart. And you kind of get the sense as you're looking over the walls, the floor around you, the walls around you, everything is gashed at, ripped at, clawed at, and there's just crusty purple goo everywhere because those brain boys had to come from somewhere. It is this long, beautiful, once beautiful tunnel that is just crushed, and all the artwork that was once standing in here, vases, like everything's ripped apart and trampled over. You could see at the top, as you're walking along in sections, there were these two, after about like 50 feet into it, and you still have a while to go through it, there are these metal recesses that line the top of the ceilings, like that look like they could have, like they're like metal plates basically, different than like the tile and the lanterns that seem to open, that are currently open into tunnels up into the ceilings. And those are all filled with dripping purple goo. And you're kind of getting the sense, once you pass past those, the destruction ceases So it like kind of is like giving you the sense of like, oh shit, that's where they came from. And then they into the tunnel and like they just like flew forward. They just like they all hit the ground running and they just
This is the most Psychonauts ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
I do love me some ridiculous things. What do y'all do?
Van is gonna slow down his pace once we get past all the goo, and then stop running. He'll actually stop in place for a second. I think we're okay. Jax, it's alright, you can come down.
Jax just kind of like slumps down to the ground. He looks very dejected. Just kind of like hanging his head.
Dream, any idea what the artifact says?
Let me check. And I'll check the artifact.
As you do, 6 seconds, 12 seconds pass, and you get a direction. It is straight on ahead and just a little bit up. So if you were holding it out forward from you, it is right down the hallway the way you're going, but it kind of crests upward a little bit now.
Everything looks to move forward and slightly upwards.
They said that they were on phase 4. Doesn't sound very good.
Do you think... I don't know. There were a lot of those brain creatures. What would happen if they got off of this train?
Something catastrophic, I'd imagine. But what do we do? There's so many of them, and well, there's only 4 of us.
There's a way. There has to be a way to stop them. We'll figure it out soon.
I'm sure Sarah will tell us.
Sarah's been awfully quiet since we got here.
Yeah, because we gotta get to the next step first.
Do you know something more of Sarah?
No, I'm just using my brain. She gave us an artifact that told us where to go. Like, get to the next place, don't know what to do, and then Sarah will talk to us, I'm sure.
Maybe. She sent us here looking for an item. However, now we're dealing with these brains. Clearly these things can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, be vigilant. It looks as though they come from the ceiling, from the walls. Let's move forward. What was that, Hep?
Huh?
To the window! To the wall!
To the wall.
What is that?
All these brain guys crawl.
And it's so interesting as Hep sings this. All of those words were English up until Brain Guys. And then Brain Guys was in
I was
Carth,
gonna ask.
and then Crawl was back in English because for some reason, unexplained to y'all, the Hep just knows some English stuff, like has some Wasted World stuff that they grew up with.
It's an interesting tune.
You've never heard that before?
Was that a
I just
song?
heard it on the radio growing up.
I've heard
What
it,
is
but
a radio? Do I know what a radio is?
Yeah, there are Carth equivalents of radios for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Hep, have you been to the Wasted World?
What's the wasted world?
The world next to ours.
No, my mom would she just had this box thing and it would play songs.
Yes, but that song that you sung,
Came
that
from
was
the box
English.
thing.
Came from the box thing. That was English, the language that they speak in this other world that you've never been to.
Just like the songs.
Hep's great at memorizing stuff. Jax, as those words start reverberating in your head, they start to make sense. From the window to the wall. That's a wall.
And then Jax kind of just, as he's been internally processing it, gets on all fours and starts crawling for a second. And then stands back up. He's like, He's like, he's gotten real weird.
Jax, what are you doing?
I was crawling. I've never crawled before.
Come on, Jax, get it.
Come on, Jax. Get off the floor.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
When this is all over, Hep, I have some questions for you.
You guys didn't grow up with the magic box?
No.
Like, okay, what age of CD player or like radio would I have? Would I have like a CD player? Would it be a record player? It has to be a CD player if I'm singing that song.
Yep.
At least.
Yep. Yep. I guess so. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Y'all didn't have like
10 years ago, 15 years ago or something, because I'm pretty sure that's how that timeline would line up. Like, you heard it?
Yeah, like Walkman. You said Walkman, and like, yeah, definitely CDs existed because there was a GameCube.
Oh, no. CDs definitely existed.
Yeah.
I was more doing
Yeah.
timelines of like,
where I was in my life compared to.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what was happening on Earth? Because like Van's been gone for 60 years, so Van knows the song also. Dude.
Yes, I do. I've heard this song a lot.
It's cool. I know those reasons why,
Yeah.
and this is what you're getting from me. Not more.
Yeah, you didn't have like a magic box thing, and you put like the silver roundy thing in it, and push
A
button. Is
CD player.
that what they're called?
Yes. It's a kind of technology from the wasted world. Just like this. I'm going to, from my pouch, pull out a small iPhone 5 and show it to Heppin.
What's that black brick you got?
The iPhone 5 is the one with the button on it, huh?
I think so.
It's got the button.
No, it's a communication device. They use it on Earth to speak with each other for long distances.
May I?
I'm going
see
to.
that?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I will hand it. I will hand it over to Doreen.
Oh no.
I'm not saying nothing.
I just kind of look at it. Is it powered on or it is completely dead?
I have not attempted to turn it on.
I guess I press the home button. I guess like I'm just pressing it.
Looking over this thing, you've worked with stuff before, even like had to break apart some technology that you've never even seen before, right? Because stuff that your dad gave. So in the scope of this thing, there's a big button here. So as you press it, nothing seems to happen.
Huh. And you say this was used as a communication device?
Yes. Many humans would use these to talk with each other. However, this one, I think, is out of power. And truth be told, each one is protected by some sort of code. I was never able to use the communication function. However, I did manage to bring it with me.
So it's like a candy bar safe.
No.
If it's a safe, I'm good at safes.
I'm just like staring at it.
It's a code 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy.
You say like
Every time.
Would you mind if I break this apart? I will put it back together exactly as it is, but I would like to experiment on this. Maybe to get it to work again.
Then we'll ponder this for a second.
I could possibly make copies of it.
He'll reach out his hand, kind of gesturing for Doreen to give it back.
I'll give it back to him.
When this is over, yes, you may explore this to your leisure. But for now, we should keep going.
I just keep my eyes on it until he puts it away.
He thirsty.
Which I will put it away into my pouch.
Okay. What an interesting item. I guess I'll start moving forward. I start moving forward down the tunnel.
Sweet.
Hep's just like in the back.
Yep.
In my possession, Sam, for you, I have updated it to be a little bit more specific.
Oh, okay. So, as you press forward through the tunnel, it continues another 50 feet, and eventually you will come up to a sign, as you can finally see off in the distance, this grand, beautiful double doorway, just made, inlaid with wood, gorgeous giant handles on it.
I will say that Jax, as we're like progressing down the hallway, is doing like the Arrested Development, like sad Charlie Brown song walk.
Yeah,
He's just got like his head down. He's kind of keeping pace, but he's kind of lagging behind at the same time. But he looks sad. Just say. Yeah.
So, as you're walking your way forward, you would know there's a sign that says forward, basically 3 sections, right? The royal room is on the bottom, the castle decks are on top of that, and then Shimmerstay Castle is on top of that. This little like plaque, right, that just shows Track Majestic all together. It also says that like Shimmerstay Castle is where the fuel is supposed to live, and that the castle decks have like the Renthroll royal family, the Trissimal royal family, like there's like some royal family names and stuff, and then underneath is this royal room, which y'all have actually seen before in a vision together. As that Blur showed you and talked about the royal room. Do y'all remember? Like he showed you this vision of when a Dane and the circus crew, like dressed up as circus people, first got onto the train. And that's what stands before you. And off in the distance now, like some 80 feet away, are the doors, apparently, to the royal room. And as Dareem checks in again on the artifact, same position, through those doors, a little bit more up this time.
Keep your eyes up.
Heppin looks to the ceiling.
What am I looking for?
I'm not sure. But through this door, it's a lot more upwards than it was before.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Let's continue.
I guess I'll try to kind of push the door, like kind of slightly push it open.
It creaks open.
Are we already at?
You're 80 feet away, but if y'all would have just walked up to the door, you definitely could have.
Oh, well,
that's up to you.
I mean, I would say, yeah.
Just while we're walking up, I will look over to Jax. What's the matter, Jax?
What? Oh. Have you ever felt sad? But it also feels like heavy.
Oh, sadness is very heavy, Jax. It's a heavy feeling.
What do you do with it?
Is it? You do your best. Van will put a gentle tap on Jax's back, just in an attempt to cheer him up.
Jax just looks up and says, "That didn't help."
True.
Come on, Jax. We need to keep going.
Okay. All right.
Well, Jax, usually, if I'm sad, I will try to think of something that makes me happy.
What makes me happy?
Friends?
Yeah. Friends make me happy.
Do you have other friends?
No. I haven't met anyone besides you guys.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
You really just don't remember anything, Jax.
Yeah. I don't. That's a hard question. It's a hard question to answer because I have these memories, and these memories are real. But like, I don't know if there was a before.
Everyone has a before, Jax. You had to have come from somewhere.
Really? That's exciting.
All right, I'll try to kind of creep the door open a little bit. Like
y'all are at the door, so we've moved up to the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
It creaks open. As it begins to open.
And I peek my head on inside.
Inside, you see a dimly lit, large ballroom. Beautiful, ornate. This domed 100 feet wide, 100 feet across room. And you recognize it from Blur's vision. Though now, instead of the like tables and waiters like going throughout the whole area, the ballroom itself is in disarray. The tables and the chairs are just crashed and stacked against the walls, piled up against them. And in the middle of the hallway, in the middle of this royal room, a lone chair rests on a dais, risen like some sort of throne in the middle of the room, though no one seems to be sitting in it. And from your current vantage of just like giving one of these, just like you're like barely peeking a head in, you can kind of see the left wall, you can kind of see the beginnings of that like throne, the thing in the middle, and that's about it.
I turn back to give the okay and just kind of open the door more and walk in.
Creak the door in. Y'all going in? Marching order.
I am first.
I'll float above everyone.
Okay, how far?
5 feet.
As y'all
just walking.
As y'all walk into the room, everybody make perception checks.
Thought you were gonna say.
Oh, 5.
You're moonwalking.
20 total.
You sniffing or are you looking?
12.
That was just looking.
1?
12.
For a total of 3.
Jack's got a 3. Hep and Jack see a ballroom. Dareem, you basically see all that you just saw. And Van, a little twitch, a little glint off to the right catches your eye, and you're the first to notice this room currently seems empty. But off to the right, some 40 feet away, 50 feet away, 10 feet up into the air, hanging down from the ceiling, 20 feet off the ground, not 10, and Aphael, the squat man, barely 3'5", with disheveled curly hair, and adorned in filthy royal garb, sits huddled over himself and drooling in an iron cage. And you recognize him immediately, though it looks like he hasn't been taken care of in years. And Fuel Sanith sits 20 feet off the ground in a cage suspended from the ceiling. Currently, you see no one else in the room.
You all look over there, pointing in the direction of Fuel Sanith.
Y'all see him?
Is that? Is it?
It's the same one from the vision, is it not?
In the pictures, too.
And I'm gonna say the pictures also.
We should get him down.
Alright, then, well, jog over, leap up, and attempt to pull the cage down.
As you go ahead and make an acrobatics check to leap up onto the cage. This thing is metal. Like, this thing is like suspended, like up in the air.
Alright, 13.
You are able to jump enough with enough of a running start and hopping off a wall to get a grasp with 2 hands, but you're not like on top of it. Like, you're like barely grabbed onto the bottom, and you start swinging because it just starts swinging back and forth. It's at this point that you hear a slow clap.
Dramatic turn.
You know, you have all made my job a lot easier. I want you to know that. I was gonna come to you, but I had a feeling, a hunch, that you'd make your way here. And on the throne in the middle of the room, sitting, elbow propped up, a knee, 1 foot, 1 leg over a knee, 2 head wings flittering on top of his head, 2 back wings flittering in the back, a shimmering spark of veil of energy blasts from the throne as a high fairy, a high thair, just like Heppin, comes into view, shimmering from where there was no one there, is now sitting there. And a Dane sits, watching y'all three, you now just swinging from the cage as 3 daggers float around him, hovering around him in the air. And on top of his head wings flitter, beating against that bronze crown now resting on his head that Saneth used to wear in all the pictures and visions that you've seen. Welcome to Track Fantastic. This is my throne room. You like what I've done with the place?
Why have you taken over this train?
Oh, the heavy hitters right from the beginning. That's exciting.
I just want to know if we're the same person.
He looks over his shoulder. He looks back. He kind of sits up.
Because I think we look really, like, kind of the same. Like, you look really cool, I look really cool, we both have wings.
That's...
This whole time, Van is still just, like, swinging, right, from the cage.
While you're swinging from the cage, do you want to attempt to do it? See anything? Do anything? Like inspect Saneth or anything?
I will whisper up to Saneth. Yeah. Fuel Saneth. Are you alright? While swinging.
As you say that, and he is just staring, Dane is just staring at Heppin. The first thing he does is he's not going to answer you. We took care of his mind a long time ago. No, why would we can't be the same? Do you mean like twins? Do you think like I'm like a long lost brother or something?
Yeah, we could be twins. I would not be surprised if my mother birthed something like you.
Huh. With that garb you're wearing, you look pretty official, don't you?
You look pretty official too.
Who's your mother?
What's my mother's name?
What's my mother's name?
What's my mother's name?
Do you know that she's the Trine of Theria?
She's the Trine of Theria.
History check, please.
Al.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Al?
Al, yeah. Alinea,
Al.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Al Theria.
Make a history check, Jax.
17.
17. Oh yeah. You know, well, what you gather is that in the pirate Trindom, this kingdom of Theria, it is 3 sections. There is a floating upper city, and this is all in the one ocean off in Karth, still. I don't have to look at my map for this. I just know this. And it is a gigantic land. It's sectioned into 3 parts, each with their own Trindom, their own like separate kingdom. There is the floating city up top. There is the ocean level city. And then going down into the oceans, there is the sub-depth city. And how it's supposed to work in your head, the Trines have this system where they all come together, kind of like a King's Moot from Game of Thrones, where they're supposed to like vie for power every 3 years, so that which kingdom is like up on top right now, and that they're supposed to always continuously like be fighting for power as they go across the seas, go across the lands, scavenge, pirate, take, fight, like everything against each other. And that there's constantly a new Trine every 3 years, like every 3 not spans, but every 3 years. And the fact that Heppin says their mother is some sort of like the Trine themselves, like, oh, like head royalty. That's what you would get in that moment.
Are you like a prince or princess, Heppin?
And it's at this point, a Dane sits forward and just like gives you a look as he grabs a dagger out of the air and just into the seat next to him, and his hand is shaking in rage.
So we are? Did my mom like throw you away? Cause like that's fucked up and I hate my mom.
I don't know your mom. I've never met your mother, and I've never met any of you. But we are definitely not the same. Because I can tell from your little attitude, you've had some things gifted to you over the years. Because I don't think you understand how serious this situation actually is.
I'm willing to find out.
You asked me a question, and he points at Dareem. And as he points at Dareem, his eyes kind of shift. There's sparkling little energy as he looks at you.
Well,
all of you. You I recognize. And he points at Van. Like, not as a person, but like Death Guard. Pirate. What the fuck are you two? And he points at Jax and Dareem specifically.
That's rude. I'm Jax.
I remember asking you a question.
You want to know the whole thing, huh? That's what you came here for? You came into this train, my ship, and you fought all the way here.
Your ship?
Yeah.
It seems to me like this is Fuel Sanith's.
His? And he points over at Fuel Sanith, who is sitting hunched over, leaning in the cage, just swaying back and forth. His movement's not, he's not correcting himself. Like, as it swings left and right, his body is just kind of banging, going with the motion of it as a little drool.
Hold up, I'm still hanging on to this bad boy.
You're still just hanging on underneath. Okay. But as it even starts to settle, you notice that, like, he doesn't seem very present. Right? Like, his motions are not like, I'm sitting in like I'm controlling of my centrifugal force, so as it, like, I'm moving, he's just, like, banging as he's going back and forth. You think it's his? No. I took this shit. I took it over. All of it. The whole damn thing. That's how this works. That's how this world works. He who is strongest, they who can take, that's what they get.
So what is this phase 4 that you're talking about?
You know, y'all are real interesting to me. No one in the scope that I've understood about this train has been able to sneak onto it. We've been here for 2 years now, working our work. And you 4 got in. Why are you hanging on to the cage? What are you doing? And he looks over at Van. Just like
Van has been barely, like, paying attention to the actual monologue. He's been looking around the cage,
fly up there?
kind of seeing if there's any ways of opening it, like anything that seems like he could maybe force it open or get Xanath out. He's been kind of looking for that.
Make an investigation check. Are you trying to do this? Like, secretly?
No, like, while this motherfucker's monologuing, I'm looking for a way to get this guy out.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Hep, do you want to fly over there too?
Where am I? I'm kind of just like hanging out by the door. How far away is he?
So he is, Van is about 40 feet, 50 feet up, off to the right. Mm-hmm. And in 50 feet in front of you is the throne. So, because y'all are, like, still at the doorway.
I rolled a 1.
You don't seem to notice anything as far as locks go. For a brief second, though, you feel a tap on your finger. As... Hold on. Fuel Sanith, though he sits there and he's drooling, right? And he's just, like, looking feeble-minded, for lack of a better term. LOL. He taps on your finger as it's, like, through the gate.
Okay.
And Heppin, you wanted to...
Can I see any lock? What can I see from the cage from here?
From there, it's kind of too far. I mean, there is, like, a giant padlock on the front of the door, you know? Like, there's a lock to keep it closed. Adane will stand up.
As he stands, I'll just kind of, like, have my... Well, I just have it at the ready.
He'll stand up and just kind of give one of these. The 4 of you. Why? I don't know why there's a child here, but why are you raising your hand?
I have a question.
I was about to Oh, what?
Can I ask that? You said that's like how the world works. People just take from each other?
Yeah.
What about the people you take from? Doesn't that make them sad?
If the creatures of this world cared about sad, we'd all be in a much better place.
I care. I'm a creature of this world. Are you sad?
Who's not?
I don't like that.
The thing is, I care a lot too. The reason... I don't know why you're here. We'll get to that, I guess. But if you want to know why I took this train over, why we did all of this, is exactly what he's talking about. This world is built off of a lie. A lie that if you work hard enough, that if you do enough, you can find prosperity in the ultimate city on this realm. The Shimmering City. Oh, grand, sweet Shimmermore. The creatures on this train, the creatures in Peaceforth, the creatures in Grand Anthea, the creatures all over this world, they fit themselves into this game that if they just work a little bit harder and they appease the person above them, then they too can move on to prosperity. I grew up in filth. I grew up in the mud outside of Shimmermore. Not once did any of them ever try to help. It's at this point you hear a clacking on the floor as a yellow rock falls from Dareem's pockets. And Dane just, oh God. I didn't, look, I'm not saying that no one, I know that somebody was there to help, and from the rock.
I'm sorry, wait a second. I don't have a rock. Heppin put it in his pouch. Like,
he took it back.
I put it in my zipper pocket. I zipped it up in my pocket.
Yeah.
Then it falls from Heppin's
the zipper pocket?
Jacket.
Out of the zipper pocket?
From Heppin's jacket, a yellow rock. That's an easy retcon. From Heppin's jacket, which you swear is zipped, a yellow rock falls onto the ground, clattering across the tile floor in front of you, and immediately you're like, what the? And your jacket is zipped up.
God damn it.
In there.
Yeah.
And as this rock lands, Dane immediately is like, I didn't mean that nobody was there to help. I know that. And you hear this screaming voice as this ethereal little ghost of a withered, old High Thayer. Boy, if you ever disrespect me again, Grandpa, seriously, like I know, you are filth. Oh, God damn it! And Dane does this, like he clasps in the air as the rock flies to his hand, and screaming out of it, do you know what we've done? Do you know? This whole thing, all of this has been for me. It's my idea. Grandpa, seriously, I've got it. Then there's just this vision on top of the rock, like chained to it almost, of this ethereal little ghost just screaming at Dane. From day one, when your damn father abandoned you to me, left you, I'm the one who took care of you. So don't ever think. I know. That's not what I was saying. Just please.
Want me to hold on to that rock for you?
Just hold on. And he clutches at it, and as he does, this like shimmer bursting of just like yellow powder kind of like off of it. No, don't you get as he gets sucked down into it as he holds on to it. I was wondering where he went. I didn't know, but y'all let him back to me. So thank you. I guess can't get rid of this damn thing.
Were you raised by a yellow rock?
No, child. I was not raised by a yellow rock.
The yellow rock looks super old. Are you descendant of rocks? Are you a rock person?
Everybody stop. Everybody shut up.
But like, it seems like you're just really sad and you're taking out your sadness on like all of the people around you. Don't you think like it would be like...
No!
Just think about, okay, you have this horrible relative of yours that obviously has put you down your entire life and has told you that your whole goal is to fucking take over whatever and make other people sad?
No, I did this myself. This is what I wanted.
By doing the opposite. You're just doing exactly what that horrible person wants you to do.
No, shut up! And then 2 daggers fly past you, Heppin.
Can I catch them?
You can definitely try. Make a sleight of hand check.
Once he throws those daggers, I just how far away from
50 feet?
10.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just shoot a fireball once the daggers fly right by.
Okay. Make an attack roll against the Dane.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
The daggers just thunk, thunk.
That's a 24.
That hits. As you in this little moment of anger, he just we'll go ahead and roll damage, Dareem. The daggers fly past you as they into the wall behind you, and then
8
fly back to him, hovering around him as he's just like, as out of nowhere, this fireball just hits him right in the face.
I say no sudden movements.
You did 8 damage?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not here. Okay? That fucking hurt. Okay? Whatever the fuck you are, metal thing. I'm not here. We got off on the wrong foot. I'm not...
You shot daggers at our friend.
You're frustrating me. I'm here to offer you a truce. I don't know how you got on this train, but you all seem super strong, so I feel like we could work together because you seem to understand the sadness. You seem to get it. All of you. You seem...
Well, as he's saying this, clip just kind of like detaches from my arm and is like aimed at him also.
You can't take me.
So, like, what? The deal is that we leave you here to continue to kill a bunch of people and spread your sadness?
No, we break it. We break it. The world needs to see. They need to see how wrong it is. We take this train, we ram it down their fucking throats, and then the world will shift. And in that chaos, we can take it, and we can grow something beautiful. The good king, that fucking god that just sits there quietly, he watches as this happens. Turn over span over span. Kids like me are just dejected out in filth, dying in the mudslats outside of one of the most prosperous cities and capitals on this planet. Tell me how that makes sense. Make that make sense, please.
Dane, there's another way.
You're empathizing with all of the souls that are lost from the king, but look at all of the souls that you killed here. If everyone's soul is the same, you're fighting for your soul to be no different than mine, for my blood to be no different than yours. So then why are the people's lives that are on this train okay to sacrifice, but the lives that the good king did is not?
The system works exactly as intended. All of it. This train goes around the planet. Heaven track goes around the planet. People get invited. And the kids will die in the mud. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. And unless that changes, the system will keep working like that. These people here, they're not innocent.
But their souls are Their souls are worth nothing more or nothing less than any of the children that died. That's horrible. But killing more people is not going to solve more death. You can't stop death with death. You can't spread anger and pain and hurt and expect people to learn that they have to be better all of a sudden. You're being the bad guy. You're showing people that you're the bad guy. You're killing all of the people that have power to change something. Yeah, that fucking sucks, but think if you took this over and you manipulated all of the rich assholes that are on this train that were nobles and were actually able to change something. Instead, you killed them, and you turned them into lifeless brain monsters. And all of those people had family. And I'm sure some of those people had family that are now going to be no different than those kids that die in the mud. It's just one big circle, and you're contributing to it.
When she says lifeless brain monsters, while still hanging, Van is going to look up and attempt to make eye contact with Fuel Sanith just to see if there's anything there.
Fuel Sanith, in this moment, is making direct eye contact at you, and he is staring down, and like his eyes like are darting back and forth, and he seems to be calculating, and he is not as feeble-minded as he is letting on. And for a moment, your eyes lock.
Believe me, Adane, I know it's fucked. I was born from somebody who manipulates the system to stay in power. I know it's fucked. But killing them is just gonna create more.
It seems we find ourselves at an impasse.
I know that word.
Do you plan to stop me?
I want to give you the opportunity to see the world in a different way.
Heppin, perhaps you should try some peanut butter.
I'll open up the peanut butter. This, I promise you, would help. It'll show you that all the pain that you have is not worth spreading to everyone around you. There are other ways to break the cycle.
Name one.
You could have made a new train for all of the people that live in the mud. You seem smart enough for it.
Do you know how big this train is?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
How do I get all those people off of it?
No, you don't have to take this train. You make your own train. You take care of all of the other people.
I mean, I gave you a solution. You had thousands of people that were here that were all rich and powerful, and you killed them because you're spiteful of it. And I don't fucking blame you, but still, if you're fucking smart enough to kill all these people and turn them into brain monsters, you're smart enough to manipulate the shit out of them. You could have... There's... Sharing your story. You could change people.
What's your name?
Hep.
Van's still just swinging, right? Just... It's slowed down
It's
now.
slowed
but like,
down, yeah. He's eyeing Fuel Sanith. He'll whisper, "Can you move?"
He looks over to Adane, who is locked on Hep right now. He just gives the slightest of nods. And then he looks over at Adane again, looks at you, and then taps your finger, and then tries to like point up at his head. Like his head.
His head? Like
At his... The fuel is pointing at his own head.
got you. Is there anything?
And he just croaks, "Crown!" Hep. You seem like an idealist. Someone who views the world with hope. Who sees an option. The people who sit atop Shimmermore. The good king himself. There is no making a new train. They don't want it. They want this system in place. They want their kingdoms and their safety. They don't want to own up to this world. There is no manipulating them. This is what they want. My mother. And he kind of just stands up straight. You know where this symbol's from? And he points at the dark swirling Jolly Roger, his like pirate symbol with the dagger in it. That's like on a purple background.
History check?
Make a history check. Yeah.
23.
Oh God. Okay. Funny enough, with your history check, Let's see how this goes.
All the answers are inside you, Jack.
With your history check of 23, that symbol, looking at it, now this close, yeah, you cock your head to the side, and your eyes just kind of beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, flare up a little bit. If you were to take the dagger away, then... And you've also seen, because you were all watching the scry, when you got inside his head, standing outside like a kid of Dane, standing outside holding that blanket, that symbol, specifically, there are hundreds of noble houses inside Shimmermore. And one of them, that is one of the longest standing, one of the proudest, is called House Brightly Glows.
That's the symbol of House Brightly Glows, one of the longest standing noble houses of Shimmermore.
He just fucking eyes to you. So she sent you. That's what this is. You're just keeping me talking. And she fucking sent you.
What?
That's what this is.
No, I just,
and he
it's
starts
just, I
rising
do the
into
answers
the air.
inside me. I do that.
Jax is like, they're obviously fucking robots. They have connection to some sort of eternal amount of intelligence. I don't know how they get any of it. But
I don't know what that
Jax
means.
a question, he's kind of like a magic 8-ball. He'll give you the answer.
Child, how do you know that name?
What name?
Brightly Glows.
Oh, it was inside me?
Told you, he just has information. You know, really smart people read books and like know things. They see stuff.
I don't know how I know it.
So you know of the houses. You know of who I speak.
I know of your house. I haven't really thought about the other ones. I don't know if they exist.
And as you think of that, it's just like in a line of like all of the houses, like
Wow, this is really biting me in the butt this time.
and like you just start listing off all if you want to. You're like, no, I know houses, and you just start
Jackson
like
starts like
going
filling
through
in,
this
trying to
list
like
of-
help by telling him what he knows, because that's helped every time before, you know.
Y'all are such a confusing group. It's like you want to help, but listen. My mother.
Love talking about moms. Same. Fucking my mom.
Yeah. You know, we would make such a good team. It's like you kind of get it, but
Here's
you just
the problem
disagree
with, what
with
you
the
said.
conclusion.
I'd agree with you, Adane. Here's the difference. I've never had hope. I've known that things are going to happen. I live my life like the best is always going to happen. And guess what? You haven't killed me yet. I'd say that's a pretty good thing that happened. You could have killed all of us, I'm sure. We could have started fighting right away from the beginning. But we're not. We're having a conversation. Life really fucking sucks. But when you continue to live thinking that it's gonna suck, it's gonna continue to suck. It's gonna stop you from ever seeing anything good. If you live in that anger and that dread and that sadness, all you're gonna do is make the people around you feel just as horrible as you did. Just as horrible as the person that made you feel like that. Just as horrible as that voice that was coming from that rock. We all want to break the system. The difference is that you want to break it with sadness, and I want to break it with love. I promise you, if you take a taste of this, you'll see a little bit of love.
Yeah, I'm not putting that in my mouth. I don't know what that is.
It's peanut butter.
That means
I got it from my rich noble house. Nobles aren't gonna fucking eat anything that's gonna kill them. Look, I'll try some right now. And Hep dips in his finger and takes some. Van had some earlier.
make a persuasion check with disadvantage. You have made an incredible case, and I never thought I'd be giving anyone a persuasion check of any type against poor Adane's backstory. So, disadvantage.
All you need is love.
The dice.
All you need is
You start singing that. You just, there's something about Heppin.
you. Dice, give me that 20. Oh, my disadvantage is a 1, which means I get to re-roll it.
It's true. That is true.
Go for it.
Right.
Fuck.
Oh, it's 11.
Well,
The advantage.
tried.
I know, right?
Adane, as you're speaking.
Could you have given me, who has, what's it called? Somebody have guidance?
I think Jax.
Oh, I
it's
do.
too late, but I think Jax could have
Yeah.
canceled the disadvantage.
Oh, I could have. Yeah.
Damn.
Didn't think about it in this moment.
But
I do have guidance,
But-
though. But,
guidance has to be before too.
yeah.
But I mean, during the speech, yeah. For next time, once someone's speeching, just slap him on the back. Adane just kind of like goes limp a little as like you see a lifetime of exhaustion weighing down as he was rising into the air in fervor, and he just starts drooping a little bit. For all that they have done, they don't get to just be fucking happy. And he grabs the rock and he disappears from as he shimmers out as the rock just sparks in energy. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
God damn it.
I was so close. You kidding me?
I didn't think there
fucking
was a
good job.
close. Yeah, I don't think there was a. I didn't think there would be a close on this one. Like just for backs, character motivations. But like,
Yeah.
whew.
I will say
That's going to be a 2 for
I
me.
wanted
though.
to do
that
something
has-
before he disappeared, but
Yeah, go for it. I mean, I was talking
Thank
over
you.
and stuff. Like you see him grab the rock. You heard what he said, and in this moment, he starts to shimmer away.
okay. Well, if that's the case, then
Not yet.
well, all right. So I had the moment with Xanath. I'll give him a little nod. Saneth. Had the moment with
Yeah.
Saneth. I'll give him a slight nod, and then you just hear a thud as Van just drops down, fucking superhero pose style onto the ground.
Yeah.
Just crushing it.
Yeah. As that happens, he says again, "Give me my crown." He croaks out. Okay. Boy, this is going to be real interesting.
Is that I didn't end up taking the crown from the room, did I?
That was a jester thing,
Okay, jester crown.
He
Okay,
seems to be talking to Van specifically about
Yeah.
whatever bronze thing that Adane is wearing, that he was wearing. What are your initiatives? Hit me with it.
2.
22.
18.
11.
22. Wow. It just so happens that the two Hythers get to, they're real locked in, Honestly, I want Heppin and Adane to make out really bad. That's all I can think of this whole time. Yeah. I was like,
And be friends.
there was a moment in my head where I was going to narrate it. They all started just floating closer to each other. Just, but I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't think Adane would do it. Okay. At the top of everything, clutching the rock, Adane says his line and disappears. And as he does, those daggers around him, they hover against his arms and they also disappear. As he just disappears out of your view, you hear, "Final chance. This is it. Once this starts, I won't stop until you're all dead."
Adane, it's okay to ask for help. I don't want to kill you either, but we're not going to stop until you're dead.
From atop the room, now floating 20 feet over you, Heppin, in the air. A Dane shimmers into existence, looking down at you, and says, "So be it," and fires off 3 daggers at
I
you.
want to just like look very deeply into his eyes and say, "I still love you."
Fuck. The first dagger. This sucks. Stop. That's not where I thought this was going at all.
This is fucking drama, man. Drama for your mama.
Is he rolling this attack roll with advantage?
No. Why? Because he would be from invisibility?
Yeah.
Then yes.
So I'm going to use my reaction to negate that advantage.
Gotcha. So he rolled a 16. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Oh.
The first one hits. The second one is a 22. Does that hit?
Yeah.
The third one is a 22 again. Wow, I rolled
Yeah.
the very opposite of last time.
Fuck.
So as 3 daggers fly into your body, just y'all see in this moment, for 13 piercing damage total.
Oh.
Just
Rip. All right.
he will say that the daggers will fly just as you're staring into "I still love you," as just hits, and there's a moment where his face just contorts in anger as you just keep showing him mercy, affection, and he doesn't fucking get it. It is at this point that he will look down at all of you. If that's how it is, then that's how it is. And he will hold up the rock, and his eyes will flare with energy as this cascade of swirling blades that look like ethereal blades shoot out around his body in a 15-foot radius, like a 15-foot all around him, as he is in the air, and they're just rolling just ethereal blades all around him. He just screams, "Let it begin!"
Can I use my Stone of Absorption for anything that he's doing?
If he was casting that at you, yes.
So
but
with
that
his
is
swordy things, when he sent the daggers at me, I could have used my Absorption Stone?
Those are... Absorption is specifically for spells used against you. So if
Okay.
he cast a spell on you, then you can do that.
Okay.
The daggers were just daggers, and then he seems to cast some sort of like bubble blade thing that's just swirling around him in a 15-foot sphere in the air, and his daggers back from you, back to him, floating around him as he just gives you the Spider-Man 2 "Feel the power of the sun in my hand" moment. And that would mean it is next up in the order, because my characters both apparently rolled 19s, the opposite of ones from last time, all things in balance. Sanith just crawls forward to the cage. "Fucking kill him! Kill him! Get my crown! Kill him!" As he just starts like shaking on the door. Means it's Heppin's turn.
Okay. Do I see him, or is he still invisible?
He is very visible, and he is swirling with this like these like sort of spiritual guardian blades, hint hint, all around his body in the air. If y'all remember Spirit Guardians at all, as he's just like standing there.
You know what? I'm gonna go fly down to the ground. All right? I'm gonna go fly down to the ground directly under him, and I'm gonna I will have like taken a dagger out of my pocket, and I'm gonna sit on the ground.
Heppin, roll a d4 for me.
Oh fuck! No, I'm not attacking with it. My plan is to take it out and drop it.
Roll a d4 for me. You're attuned to it.
That's how it always works. 4. I'm good.
You're good. Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna go to the ground, I'm gonna drop it, and I'm gonna say, "Dane, you can hurt me all you want, but you're still gonna be sad. And until you choose to love the people around you and change what you're doing, you're always gonna be sad. No matter who you kill, no matter what power you think you're gonna take, none of it's gonna change. You're still gonna feel the way you do. So come down here and fucking kill me if you want, but I'm willing to love you.
Make a persuasion check.
Man, that's deep.
19 plus 6. Let's fucking go. 25.
This is fun and new.
Step out here with the fucking talking. The love. Where is the love?
We can use our words. I'm really just doing this because I don't have any luck, sir.
Hey, this is the best metagame I've ever seen. So, there's this moment where your words, you could see his like the spirit, like the field of like blades shimmer just flicker for a second, but they stand strong as he just clenches his jaw, and he looks down. Shut the fuck up! As he looks down at you.
Great.
I'm not gonna kill you.
So you've moved? You've talked?
Yeah, I've talked. I'm just gonna I'll move, I guess, towards like the rest of the party.
Okay.
Yeah, like
You're staying with Jackson Dareem. Van is 30 feet away.
Yeah, my goal
on the ground.
Yeah, my goal is to just bring him down. If he's flying, if we're fighting in the air, no one else can hit him.
Yeah,
so.
No, it's brilliant. Sweet. That means it is Van's turn.
All right. Van watches as blades go into Hep. He sees what happens with Hep. Looks up at Adane. Clenches his fist so hard that you can just see all of the muscles in his arm just protruding.
Oh, God.
He is pissed.
Oh, God.
And in an absolute instance, you see him not taking up the stance that he takes. He just rears back a little bit on his legs, getting ready to jump. And he bolts from his position onto a spot on the wall, ricochets off of that, going directly towards Adane. Cocks his hand
You're trying
back.
to bullet yourself?
Cocks his hand back and is going in to just straight haymaker this guy.
Okay. Okay, so you want to get 30 feet into the air by using your 180 foot, I'm assuming.
No.
90 feet of...
I'm actually going to use my leap of faith to boost my ability to jump.
Steph's like, what else did I make that I forgot about?
He's a bunny. Of course he's got to jump. I just forgot that he was that.
He's got a leap of faith, yeah. He's a bunny.
Roll a d8.
Okay.
So how much can he normally jump? Do you know those rules off the top of your head?
It's typically your strength. So you can jump. I think it's like you can jump horizontally your strength score, and then vertically your strength modifier without a check or something like that.
I just want to say thank you, Sam, so much for giving me the exact opposite, just so I can
The exact opposite of what?
of Hep. You just gave Hep like his evil
a
twin.
foil. Yeah.
You gave him his evil twin.
Funny enough, a Dane was made long before it. Like when we were making Hep, I was like, I didn't even think about any of this until you got on the train. I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of like, oh, the foil.
A long jump is your strength score if you've moved at least 10 feet before you jump. And high jump is 3 plus your strength modifier.
What is the 3? Feet?
It's just 3 feet plus your strength modifier to high jump without any kind of check to bolster that.
Okay, so how high in the air is he?
It's 30 feet.
He's 30 feet in the air. All right. So if that's the case, then it'd be 6. So my strength, so it'd be so I can jump 18 feet. I feel like I feel like I should be able to jump higher than that, but I don't know if I'm just doing the math wrong.
As a monk, you can use Step of the Wind, which is a bonus action to dash, and it doubles your jumping distances for a turn.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
So you can definitely get there.
Yeah. All right. No, I'll use a key point. I'll use a key point for it. So I will combine, bring it all back, right?
Yeah.
He's pissed off. He's going to combine Leap of Faith plus Step of the Wind. So he's going to use a dash as a bonus action. So effectively, I can now jump 36 feet in the air. And
all your movement on top of it. I'm going to say, go ahead and just roll me an acrobatics check.
Okay. 16.
16. Your anger fueling you as your newfound friend has been attacked, as the words of whatever Adane is going through have soaked into however you feel about it. You fuck this to the wall, to the window, to the wall, just flipping off, and you just launch yourself like a fucking bullet towards him. And I'm gonna say it works because I like it. And you make an attack.
That is going to be a 23.
Oh yeah.
So a 23 hits. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Nat 20 plus 4.
Nice.
All right.
He said, "Fuck these blades."
You smack a blade out of the way while you're at it.
Right.
You snap one in half with your bunny
So
ears.
with your nat 20 and your 16 acrobatics, here's what's going to happen. As you leap off, flying, those blades are still there. And you can feel almost like jumping into sludge. Your speed slows. And mechanically, you're supposed to move at half speed as you enter into that field. But with your natural 20 wisdom and your 16, and because I like it, you somehow reach out with your long ass fucking body. I mean, you got like 8 feet on you just by itself. You just barely get there as you take 6 points of radiant damage as the blades into you. You just and reach out and pop him right in the jaw.
Haymaker status, baby. 4.
That's like a Dragon Ball Z sin flying
For a delicious 5 damage.
Right.
Nice.
It looked great.
You need to make a concentration check. I'm assuming that's how this, if that spell works as it should. Oh no!
Oh no! You did 5?
I did 5.
It's a DC 10.
It's a DC 10?
Yeah, it is.
Because it's a 5?
Yeah.
He only got a 6. I rolled a 4. So in this moment, fuck! I thought I beat a 5 because I got a 4 plus a 2, but it's a DC. It's just DC 10 is always the.
So for a concentration check, it's a con save, and it's DC 10 or half the damage you took, whichever is higher.
Damn. Okay, well, as you just pop right in the chin, oh god! And he just like for a moment, you hit him in that perfect spot where he kind of blacks out, and the things just fizzle out around him as he starts like falling just a little bit as he catches himself, like, and he looks down. And I'm assuming you're continuing your movement through the swipe.
Yeah, so he's gonna deck him with the haymaker. There's gonna be a moment where he's like in midair, right? Just everything slows down a little bit after Van punches the shit out of him, and then I'm just gonna slow fall down to the ground.
You stupid ass monk. And you take no falling damage for
Not
this?
even a little bit.
He reduces the falling damage by 20 damage.
Yeah, I mean 3d6 max is 18, so you take no falling damage as you just.
Even if you gotta make me roll for it, fuck it. But I'm gonna do one quick front flip before landing on the ground.
No, yeah, you do that. You front flip. Just because this is fun for me, he gets to do Spirit Guardians once a day. And I can't believe that actually worked. You just said, bah, and he's like, oh God, he did not expect.
Because he leads with sadness and hate.
That's gotta be it. He's using the dark
Van
side.
punches with the power of friendship. Right?
He does. He has the power of healing in his fists. But you do that. You land on the ground 30 feet safely underneath him. Like, you just, bah, and y'all see us. He just, oh God. And his spirit guardians drop. That means it is Jax's turn.
The eye on Jax's head starts to open a little bit, and he mutters an incantation as a beam of of enchantment shoots from his head straight into Dane's head. I'm casting Mind Sliver.
Sweet. Is that a save on him?
Yeah, intelligence saving throw.
Y'all hear this voice come out of Jax for a moment as his eye just and it seems to have these like different cadences almost at it, where there's like a as just this like cacophony of he saves the throw. Hold on, I have too many tabs open.
Intelligence DC 14.
14 meets it. Dang
it. Okay, I'll use my bonus action to convert 3 sorcerer points.
This is a magical effect?
It is a magical effect.
Yeah, he saves.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I do. I use my bonus action to convert some sorcerer points into a spell slot.
Y'all see as he just like it hits him and he shrugs it off in this moment. Jax just swirls his hands as his like steam rises off of his body, little bits of energy as like something shifts again inside of him. That means it is Dream's turn.
I move away from, I kind of like distance myself so we're not all clumped up.
Sweet. You do that. Dream.
How close is Hep to me?
Hep. On the ground, I think 10 feet. Yeah, right? 10 feet, 5 feet.
Okay. I'll just go over to Hep and cast Cure Wounds.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Hep, go ahead and heal thyself for 13.
Nice.
And am I also able to equip to do a ranged attack?
It takes an action to give him a bonus action?
I think he just gets his own attack.
Yeah, but I think he just can attack.
But it might require a bonus action on your turn for him to take an action on his turn.
Oh yeah, maybe it's a bonus action to
direct your familiar to do stuff.
Okay, well then I use my bonus action and I just point. I just point at freaking Adane.
Sweet. So +4 to hit, range 30, one target you can see, 1d4 plus 2 force damage. Assuming that's what you're doing, force strike.
Yeah, just a force strike.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Roll. Go ahead, roll.
Oh man. Well, that's a 9.
9 misses.
Damn it. Well,
did you heal? Did you tell Hep how much they healed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, how much was it? You want to tell me?
No,
13.
You're good. No, don't tell him.
Damn it, I'm sorry. My bad.
So you healed back all the damage I did to you?
Yeah.
You son of a...
Fighting with love.
This love. I hate love.
I guess that's all that I do then.
Back up top to Edane. At the end of Dareem's turn, he is going to clutch the rock in his hand. The spirit guardian's now fallen, and he is going to fuck it. And he's going to hold it in the air and screaming out of it. This little grandpa, withered. Yeah, my turn, motherfuckers! I hate y'all! And he's gonna spin himself, and as he does, his like ethereal ghost form just rains down yellow energy on Adane as it like settles on his body, as he just clutches the rock, and then he looks around him. Now Van underneath, and he will just look down and 3 daggers at Van. He will move 20 feet off of you, and then 3 daggers at you, because that is the range of them. Does a natural 1 hit you?
No.
Does a 24 hit
Yes,
you?
it does.
Does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Sorry, 13?
Still does not.
Only one of them.
Don't forget you can catch missiles.
I know, but I already used my reaction.
Oh, you're right.
I know. Don't worry. I know. I know.
5 points of dagger damage as you just Neo past 2 of them as he sends them out, and the other one comes careening just right into your upper thigh, right where the like dip happens, you know, from your beautiful muscles.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Adane looks at it. I'm just kidding. That's disgusting. I don't know why you would ever do that. Adane wouldn't do that. That's me thirsting. Okay.
I'm gonna pull the. Wait, is he gonna retract it there, or can I just pull the dagger out?
They will just.
Okay, cool.
They will try to come back. If you missile snare one, that's different.
Gotcha.
But
Alright, cool.
Otherwise, they will.
Then you just hear a very pained grunt from Van. That's my leg.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that is your leg.
My leg.
He will fly up into the ceiling. He moved to get in. He will fly 20 more feet. No, he'll fly 30 feet up into the ceiling, just hovering above all of you. And he will just... This happens no matter what any of you fucking think. This is happening. Let it happen. And that's his turn. Sanith just... Get the fuck out of here! Just like he starts screaming and just like, and then Adane looks over and he's like, "You've just been tricking me? You've just been faking it? You've sat there for like a month like that."
Chill a little bit.
This is perfect.
And y'all look around. Yeah, Jackson interview. Yo, you need to chill.
Your healing isn't helping.
You're at 12. You need to bring it down.
We'll deal with you later, bro.
You know we're simulating me right now. My ADHD can't handle it.
That makes it Heppin's turn.
I'm gonna.
He is like 50 feet in the air right now.
I mean,
which is beyond your flying speed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna fly towards him though, and I'm gonna. Can I get with? I don't want to. I still don't want to hit him. I guess then I'm gonna fly towards the cage. I'm gonna fly towards the cage. Okay. How far is that? 30 feet up?
You're at the cage.
At the cage. Okay. I'm gonna yell at him, Dane. You're literally becoming the person who caused you all of your pain. You're fighting with the pain that was given to you. And you're going to create more of that pain in countless of other children in this world. What is that going to solve?
Shut the fuck up! Make a persuasion check.
It's 8 plus 6.
14.
Quick, man.
I will stand firm and resolute in the destiny that I was promised. And your words seem to have no current effect.
Okay, I'm going to fly towards the cage. Can I get to the...
is different, I'm going to point out, from how I just said it. It is technically different than what happened last time.
Yeah. I'm going to get to the cage.
Yeah.
Look
to
for
the cage.
The lock. Is there a lock? Can I get to the
There's
lock?
definitely a big old padlock.
I'm going to get to the lock.
And he's just like watching you and he's like, stop, don't let him out of there. He's the fucking worst. It's just, I'm going to do it.
Well, Dane, maybe he'll lead with love.
As you pull a key, as you pull your lockpick out to just lockpick it, and the Dane's just like, God damn it! Do you want to attempt to pick the lock? I mean, you've
do I have
talked,
enough
which
time?
is
okay, cool.
like
Yeah.
barely a bonus action to me.
Yeah.
I like free action. Y'all
Okay.
can talk
Dope.
within the scope of 6 seconds anyway. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the lock. Pick, lock, pick, lock.
And he's just like, what are you doing? And Sanith is just like, yes. Starting to hyperventilate. Make a dexterity plus proficiency plus 8 check. Is that right?
Plus 8?
Isn't it 8 plus dex plus proficiency?
No, that's not a saving
that's not
throw.
like a spell attack or anything?
That's not
So
a
it's
saving
just
throw.
dex plus prof?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't get an 8 on there. What'd you roll?
17.
A 17
Nice.
as you click. the padlock and falls down and clattering to the ground as the cage just Saneth is like what am I fucking saying? You don't fucking know. As he starts to just like crawl his way out, and he starts.
How's he gonna get down?
I'm gonna say, crawl his way out?
He hasn't done anything because it's not his turn.
Can I float him down? I know I'm small, but like, could I like at least reduce our speed? Like if I had him get on my shoulders, and I just like flew upwards, well knowing that it was gonna like just to try to reduce our speed down.
Not on this turn,
okay,
but potentially next turn. Mm-hmm. He does look intentionally, as y'all are looking at him, he does not care. He wants out of this cage, and he looks like he's about to spill himself 20 feet onto the ground. Like,
yo, man, I'll try to fly us down. You can make me jump if you want. If you break your legs, you're not going anywhere.
That means it is Van's turn.
All right.
This combat went way different than I thought it would.
Yeah, this is wild.
What to do here? So he's 50 feet in the air, right?
Yeah.
All right.
He did not like you touching him.
So Van is still looking up at Adane. Nothing but rage in his eyes. But he's going to take his left hand, and then he's just going to reach it up to his chest. And he's going to look down for a moment, closing his eyes, focusing. And then he's going to use a key point to use Hand of Healing on himself.
You see, as he puts his paw against his chest, this beautiful energy just courses off for a second, like whooshing wind that's like warm, like a summer breeze, as he just... his wound starts to heal on his leg.
And that will heal me for 5.
Nailed it.
Cool. And then I'm just gonna action ready, but I'm gonna look up and I'm just chill there. I'm not gonna move.
You're gonna ready in action?
Yeah, is that how that works?
So to ready in action, it takes your reaction to do this, and you basically pick a trigger and a response, right? So if Adane gets next to me, then I will punch the fuck out of him, right?
So I will ready deflect missile in case he tries to throw a dagger at me or anywhere within my reach that I can attempt to.
Which you wouldn't have to do anyways. That's just a reaction, right?
Yeah. So
you could ready
But couldn't I ready that for it to not use my reaction? Does that make sense?
No, to ready an action uses your reaction anyways. It'd be roughly. Okay. I don't even think you could technically do that because it is a reaction.
Got you.
Like missile snare just costs a reaction regardless.
Got you.
If you want to hold, have you actioned at all?
I haven't actioned at all.
You could action dodge.
Right. Action dodge.
Because the dodge action just gives him disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, so...
Because you could do that and missile snare together.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, he did the Hand of Healing thing. We're going to action dodge just to be ready for it. Not going to do any movement. And that's it. That's me.
Cool.
That's all.
Next up would be Jax.
Jax, seeing his mind sliver didn't work, is like, ugh, that sucks. And just... and shoots a firebolt at him.
Sweet.
Nice.
Attack.
14.
14 misses.
I'm going to convert another spell slot into a sorcerer point as a bonus action.
Jax is pew-pewing.
And Jackson stands his ground. Doesn't feel like he needs to move.
At the end of watching Van heal himself, Adane is going to take the rock, fuck this, and clutch it. And as another burst of energy happens, at the end of Van's turn, he will disappear and become invisible.
Okay.
Oh, then he wasn't there to shoot?
It would be after whoever's turn just happened. It could be after Van's, but Jax just went, so it would be after Jax's.
Okay.
If I were to detect magic, Could I see him as he's invisible?
You could probably see stuff that's on him, at least.
The internet, in simple words, detect magic cannot see invisibility.
But could it not see something that's on him that's invisible?
Also, it's 30 feet away and he's 50 feet off.
Yeah, but I can walk on walls.
Wait, how would that work though? Because like his crown is magic, right?
So all of the things that are on him are also invisible.
So it's just any invisible thing you can't detect magic on.
So it is, so as far as a quick Google search can detect magic see through invisibility 5e, which is basically how I DM. Rules and game mechanics here.
Interesting.
An invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or a special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. So this is ruling. In detect magic, it says any visible creature, apparently.
Okay.
It does.
So then no.
Yeah.
Based off of how detect magic is worded.
Okay. In that case...
I respect game though, you know? I respect the hustle.
For sure. It's just invisible, huh? I will run 30 feet up the wall and cast Tasha's Caustic Brew just in the general area of where he was. Like where I remember seeing him before he went invisible.
What's the range on that?
The range of that is 30 feet. But if I walked 30 feet up the wall...
I feel what you're putting down. Yeah. You know, it's not like you moved. Oh, funny enough.
that's what I was like, he's just invisible, huh?
Yeah, you're gambling on this?
Yeah, man, it's all a fucking gamble. So here we go. Is it possible?
That's a great question. You are breaking my little DM brain.
Yeah, it works.
So he's invisible, he's not immaterial, basically?
Correct.
Yeah.
Different spell.
Motherfucker.
So he must make a dex save?
Yes.
With an 18.
Oh, rip.
He does save. Fuck. He rolled a 13 and he has this. I mean, dex saves are his thing. So it does seem to just spray out and miss and not hit no target as it sprays against the back wall.
All right. Well, I tried. I'll just have my a bonus action, my homunculus, to just kind of attack in the general area.
Okay.
I'm sure that's going to be like what, a disadvantage?
Yeah, roll it with disadvantage.
All right. So, well, that was a good first roll. Ooh, and that was a better second roll. Okay. So this 22 hit?
Yeah, 22 hits. You son of a bitch. So you just calculating out caustic brew up there, and it misses, and you're like, oh, I guess I was off. Shoot that. And you just pick another spot, and then meow, as this little chef copter thing just blasts forward and hits him. How much damage?
Proficiency bonus, force damage. What's my proficiency bonus? 2. D4 plus 2. Okay, yeah.
He's the only one who's hit him? Oh, no, I guess Van hit him.
I hit him.
Yeah, Van
definitely
popped
hit
his ass.
Not for a
took away
lot,
my favorite
but
part.
I hit him emotionally.
That's gonna be a 6, baby.
You got a max on it?
I got a 4, baby.
Okay, yeah. As a blast
on,
just into the air, just poof, and you see it stop like in the middle of the air as god damn it, as it hits something.
Concentration check?
It does say as if concentrating on a spell. So then you would be correct. I wrote this, funny enough. Yeah. How did you just gain my own homework?
I'm inside your brain.
Because that's how it should work. I mean, it makes the most sense. I was really excited about this, but like, yeah, I guess that would be...
Please tell me it's a 1.
I'm gonna fucking... Well, wait, what is it? Wait.
DC 10.
Con save?
Yeah.
It's a fucking 9. As it just Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. As it hits him in the face, it just and immediately he's like, God damn it. He looks down. Oh, God damn it! As his invisibility's gone. It is actually, I'm pretty sure, Dream, that's the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it. I'll say, good job, Cliff.
Meow! It just meows at you. Meow.
And Heppin shout out, Adane, there's still time to choose love.
Fuck love! As he just, it is his turn.
Angry guy.
Yeah, he's going to just rage. As a barbarian, I'm just kidding. And he's going to.
I was like, wait, what?
He's going to just turn as he sees everything that's happening, and he sees near the cage as you've unlocked it. He's going to fly in between Van and Heppin, and he's going to send 1 dagger towards Hep and 2 daggers towards Van as he like spins and just.
Can I use
everything over. This is not a spell. It's a dagger. It's a dagger throw.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah. It'll happen. It'll happen. He'll just spin and just as I just said, all that shit fly.
Can I grab it? Is that a thing? Do I get a
You would have to take the dodge action to do that.
Damn.
You could take half damage on something, but I don't know what it is.
She has to be 5th level for that.
Oh, at 5th level, you can take half damage on shit because rogues are dope. Van does a 17 hit you.
Does not.
Is he rolling with disadvantage?
Ooh,
Why would you roll a disadvantage?
Dang.
Because he dodged.
That's true. It still wouldn't hit him.
Thank you. Does a 12 hit you?
Those don't hit me, bro.
Okay, for the second attack.
Dang, you got high AC, bro.
Does a 8 hit you?
I think Van's just out here. Actually, minimal effort dodging these daggers. Fueled by nothing but rage.
You're doing the Dragon Ball.
Do you get to catch one? Because you did the.
Do you want to try Missile Stare one?
Yeah.
It has to hit.
Oh,
okay. So they both miss as you just barely move just enough, like an inch here and like a duck here, as they just back into his hands as another one flies towards Heppin. That is a natural 20. For 8 piercing damage. As he flings 2 at you, he doesn't even look, just back. He sinks another dagger straight into Hep's chest as it just flying in the air. 8 damage, Hep.
Can I grab it?
They are in and out, like what a hamburger's all about.
But because it happened again, can I be ready for it and grab it?
They are in and out magically. From the control of his mind, it is a, you know what I mean? Within his turn, this is what he does. So no, you cannot.
Okay.
8 damage.
Yeah.
Real quick, you said he was between Van and Hep in the air.
Yeah.
Like what? Just like mechanically, where? Just.
He would be. So he was within 20 feet of both of you, is where he flew down to.
Okay.
So I think he's like
20 feet in the air, basically? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Like y'all are here. If y'all are
it's like a little
there,
triangle,
he's there.
Kind of.
Yeah,
okay.
basically.
Cool.
Making like an isosceles.
Got it.
Splitting between you two. That will be the end of his turn. He did move up to do that in the first place, actually.
Cool.
So that means it's Sanith, and Sanith will just start grabbing at Hep. Get me out of here! As you're just bleeding from the chest now. Just please. He's gonna fucking murder us. Please. As he will start crawling forward to try and grab onto you, Hep.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm just gonna say, 1 second. Hold on. Do you want to die? This guy just threw a dagger at me. You can jump down if you want to. Go for it. Break your legs. I don't care. But if you want me to save you, just calm the fuck down.
He'll just eyes wide and just sit back into the cage. Very broken, as it is Heppin's turn.
Okay, I am gonna.
He's 20 feet away from you.
Can I Okay, if I get closer, is it going to be easier to throw a dagger and hit the rock out of his hand?
I don't know about easier. Like, if you're 20 feet away,
Yeah.
that's the range of a thrown dagger, I'm pretty sure. I think it's 2060.
Okay, so it's not going to matter.
I could be wrong, but we'll call it 2060.
Would he be able to, I guess, would it be easier to tackle it out of him?
You could do all of your stuff right now, by the way, because 20 feet to him,
Yeah.
attack. And then because of your swashbuckler, you can just, because you attacked him, I'm pretty sure you can get away without him being able to make an opportunity attack on you
Okay.
in this moment. And you would get sneak attack.
Okay,
Go
I'm
off
gonna
that.
go fly in. I really want to get the rock out of his hand. Can I because if I can I fly in and then stab the rock or like stab his hand?
So this has got to be some sort of contested check, I think, where you're both making a dex or a strength
Yeah.
against each other,
Okay.
I think. Is that how that works? I'm kind of making this up. I don't know how you get stuff out of people's hands. There
are no rules for it.
Huh?
There are no real rules for it outside of certain fighter ability.
I mean, like.
Okay, so what's going to happen?
I mean,
if you want to
throw a dagger
hit it
at
out of
someone's
his hand,
like if I throw a dagger and hit him in his hand, you're not gonna hold on to the rock.
so if you want to snatch the rock or like hit the rock next to him versus making a throw of a dagger at it, tell me what you're doing and I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you what we're doing.
I'm gonna fly in, and I'm gonna attack, but I'm gonna stab him in the hand with the intention of like I'm gonna stab you through the hand and knock the rock out of your hand, and then other hand I'm gonna stab with my other weapon in the chest.
Oof.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Eye for
at
an
some
eye.
point. Hep's a fucking pirate, you know what I'm saying? Listen, bitch, you stabbed me 1,000 times.
I gave you a
want to
chance.
do this.
So go ahead and make an attack roll at his hand to see if it hits in the first place
Okay.
against his AC.
Okay. I believe in you, dice. 11 plus. Is it my hit DC, right? 7?
Yeah, both of them are 7 right now because you're in dim light, I'm pretty sure.
11 plus 7, 18.
18 hit.
It's a hit.
As it hits, I'm going to make a strength save, basically, to see if he holds on to the rock.
Okay.
Will you roll damage with whatever you just hit with? I kind of want to calculate these against each other.
Yeah. Also, just to be nice, I am going to throw my D4 for being attuned to the Princess Bane because I'm.
You already did that at the top, so you're
Is
not
that the
you're
top?
not
Is that
baned.
each turn? Oh, let's
It is.
fucking go.
It happens one time at the top of combat, and if you don't roll a 1, then you are not baned.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. I stabbed him with it, so I'm gonna stab his hand.
You're like a
Yeah, I'm gonna stab his hand with the Prince's Bane.
cool.
Get him.
4 plus 5, 9 damage.
Damn. With the
Let's
Yeah.
go.
It's a D4
yeah.
plus 5, and I rolled a 4, so.
they gotta be worth using if they're cursed. As you do that, natural 1. Got him.
Let's go!
I want to take a picture. This is
the
days they've got this story to tell us. You know what I mean?
They've got the story.
As you stab, just looking him in the eye, giving him that I didn't like
Want to do this?
want to do that. Yeah. Do you say anything in that moment?
I'm just gonna say, I still love you.
As you just a dagger through his hand and the rock flies out, you hear, "God damn it, you fucking blow failure!" As the grandpa's voice, as he just shakes an arm at you as his ghost pops out of it, as it just into nothing as the rock onto the ground, clacking down below. He has dropped the rock and taken that damage. I'm pretty sure by making that action, you also get sneak attack.
And I get another offhand.
Fuck
You
yeah,
just get
okay.
sneak attack for that, don't you?
Yeah, right? And then I get another
Yeah,
one
you
with
would-
my offhand. Like I could stab with my offhand with the shadow
Both.
sword.
First,
Okay.
go ahead and roll 2d6.
2d6. Sneak attack is 4 damage. Oh,
Okay.
oh 3
Yeah,
or 1.
you do that. And then the dagger comes in with the other hand.
Yeah, is this my other one? Do I have to roll an attack
Yeah.
with that, or do I just get it?
You roll an attack.
Okay,
And this does not get something proficiency because it's offhand.
The dexterity mod to
It's
damage.
not gonna. It was
Gotcha.
a 3, so that's not gonna hit.
A 3.
Yeah, it's not gonna hit.
You feel bad about stabbing him,
I do.
honestly, and you just kind of pull the punch, and you're like, "Come on!" As you're just holding his hand
I-
stuck through, and you're just like,
guess I
maybe you
have to go
brandish
back.
it at him instead.
I'm just gonna go back to zoom back to what's his face. Do I have any more movement to try to get him to the ground?
You took 20 feet to get to him, and you have 10 more, right? Flying speed.
Yeah, I can at least
You would,
make the fall less bad if I go 10 feet down, right?
yeah. If you're talking about you falling, you would have to grapple him,
Yeah.
which would cost an action to try and drag him down to the ground. You do get to get away for free because you being a swashbuckler.
No, I was talking about the king. What's his name?
Fuel Sanith.
Yeah, like can I go back to the cage and then like
It would be 10 feet, or you'd get 10 feet away,
Yeah.
and you'd still be 10 feet off from that for your total of 30. You know what I'm saying?
okay, so I'm
You
still
move-
10 feet
move
away from
20.
the cage. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go 10. I'll go towards the cage.
That means it is Van's turn.
Cool. Then.
Well,
Wait, I can't go invisible.
Alright,
On the
so
ground. Pick up the rock.
the rock is on the. Is it? So it's 20 feet on the ground, right?
It fell straight down. It clomped off. I mean, he was 20 feet that way, which is 10 feet that way. I think that's how that works. We'll call it that.
All right.
He was at a diagonal, you know?
Right. So I'm gonna run and pick up the rock.
Okay, 10 feet. You grab the
Shit,
rock.
10
I have a
feet.
shield spell. Sorry, I
Okay.
just realized it.
You do.
Sword.
Yeah, you do. Next time.
All right. So
You get 5 of those.
Yeah.
pick up the rock and then going
See,
to.
it's not broken if y'all just forget. It's great.
It's true. It's very true.
I knew if I gave you 1,000 things, it would overwhelm you. You never use all of your cool tools.
These are facts. These are facts. All right, we're gonna leap of faith again. Go ahead and roll this. Well, that's a 1.
So, like, if it, like,
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So I got an extra 1 to put onto my jump here. How high up is what's his face?
20 feet.
20 feet.
Him and the cage are both 20 feet off the ground.
All right, then I will grab Van. He runs under. He picks up the rock. He attempts to leap of faith to go towards a Dane. Okay.
Yeah.
Go towards a Dane, but he realizes something's off in his trajectory. Instead, he jumps and attempts to be like underneath the cage.
Oh, yeah, you're doing the one of these.
So-
Like, come on down, buddy.
So he like leaps, extends his arms out, and just up to Xanath. He says, "Jump now!" And that's what I'm doing currently.
Cool. With the rock, is it clutched in your hands?
That's true. So yeah, I've got like one hand like this, the other like, and it's just mostly arms. One free hand, but you know, trying to catch him with the pecs, or not the pecs, the biceps.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, totally. I'm just trying to picture where the rock's at. That means it is Jax's turn.
Jax just goes, I'm gonna hit you eventually, and shoots a fireball at him again.
Up, child.
18.
That
no,
hits.
16. No, it's a 16. I lied.
That doesn't hit.
Cool. That's it.
Pew, pew, pew.
One more bonus action to convert a spell level into a sorcerer point.
Sweet. Dareem.
So wait, he's still in the air
20
though,
feet.
huh? I'm still 30 feet up the wall.
I think you're in range. I don't think, like, from where you went in the first place. He went closer, I'm pretty sure, to y'all.
Well, in that case, I guess, like, I'll kind of run along the side of the wall. Like, I'm not going up and down, I'm just going
Sideways.
I guess a little bit. Yeah, just sideways. Like I go like 10 feet sideways, like towards him. And I'll go ahead and shoot a fireball.
Cool. And then you're gonna make Clip do one too?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make Clip do it also.
Cool. Y'all see this robot boy with his black and white lined coat just run across the wall as Clip flies next to him. But you know what? Helicopter spinning, mimicking him, also running on the wall above him as he just as they both fire off.
I shot for 25.
Is that a natural 20? It's not, right? That
no,
hits.
it's not. But that's what I shot for. I'll just roll for Clip also. Clip rolled for 18.
That also hits.
Cool. So then my attack is going to be 8 damage.
Okay. As a firebolt just hitting a Dane in a wing, he starts to falter a little bit as he just...
And then Clip is going to hit for 4.
Cool. Yeah, both hits just hit into a Dane as he starts breathing a little bit harder. His attacks are starting to hit the boy.
It's not too late.
Oh, it's fucking too late as he turns and angry. He surveys the area. As he like surveys the area, he gives one of these and without like he's looking around, he does one of these and nothing happens. Like no rock appears in his hand, nothing flies into it. As he just God's fucking as he looked down at Van and he's just flying towards you, daggers out. He kind of goes. If y'all are at the cage, right? Mm-hmm. He's gonna spin around, so where he's still 20 feet in the air, but he's still 20 feet off of you, but to where y'all are now more in front of him, right? There's no one behind him. As he shoots dagger at you.
Can I ask a clarification question? I don't know if this is between both of us to decide here, but I leaped in an attempt to try and catch him as he fell. Am I still in the air, or are we saying I hit the ground?
Are you talking about Phil Saneth?
Yeah.
Oh, in my head, you leapt forward and landed underneath the cage.
That works.
Because Saneth never actually jumped out because Hep said, "Bitch, I'm fucking taking care of this shit. Sit your ass down."
Totally cool. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. So you're doing one of these and you're holding on to the rock and you can feel it compulsed as it tries to go out of your hand as you clench down and you just look up and you're like, uh-oh. First dagger does an 8 hit.
Is this towards me? No, don't.
Oh my God. Does a 13 hit.
Oh, that's a me? Hell no, don't hit.
It was a 14 hit.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, wait, a
Dane.
My ears like I'm looking towards Xanath, but I can hear the daggers going through the fucking air.
Xanath, dude.
Xanath.
Yeah,
Yeah. Xanathar. I mean,
he's gonna.
You're not even looking at a Dane, and you're dodging left and right as your ears are getting more and more attuned to the sound of them whistling past you. God, you're fucking. As he just rages in the air, and I guess that is his turn because y'all have taken away
you didn't fuck
his stuff. No, actually, he's gonna look at you, and for a moment, in his raging, he's like, he's gonna look off into the distance, and his eyes are going to flare energy, and his head wings are gonna. And he whispers something inaudible as he does one of these, right? In the air, just his hands as he just fucking and looks back at you.
Can I use a spell of absorption?
Can I absorb that shit?
No, because he did not do that to you. Which means it is Sanet's turn. I've been here 2 years. I just want my crown. I miss my crown.
Can I?
Oh my god.
Can I like yell? Yo, Van can catch you.
I don't know who that is.
Funny man.
He looks up and he looks down. And he just fucking falls out of the thing. Make a acrobatics check.
Oh, don't be a bad roll.
I gave you acrobatics.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say a 1, which could definitely kill him.
You caught him like on your palm, like cheerleader palm type stuff.
You do yeah, I was gonna say you do the pizza pie where like as he falls in a weird way, and you just catch his momentum and just.
May I? Since I rolled a 20, in that moment where he just falls, right, thinking that he's about to die, he just falls nowhere. Like, he doesn't fall anywhere because I'm already fucking there.
You've jumped into the air, you've grabbed him, and you're like,
we're slow fall back down.
Yeah, and you slow fall. The wind all around you like it's that Shang-Chi scene as you just hit the ground, and you're cradled in your arms as you
put him down.
Yeah. And he kind of slumps to the ground.
Love that movie, by the way.
Great movie. And he looks up, just get my crown. I can help. And that is his turn. Heppin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go fly and try to get the crown off him.
Cool.
So I'm gonna stab. Do I have to like grapple him, or can I like hurt him?
We're gonna do the same thing as last time. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to swoop it up? You know, like a swoop?
Yeah, like
are you
I want to like
stab him in the head
like,
and then take it off?
Pierce his ear, and then like go through the like through the
so you
want to
make an actual attack?
Yeah, I want to like go through his ear, pierce his ear, and then like in one move, like ding.
So go ahead and make
my God.
an attack against him.
Okay.
That is brutal.
You fly forward. Wow, this became Hep's interaction.
Ooh.
Pirates.
It's not.
Pirates doing
That's
pirate
a 3. So even with a 7, there's not bad.
Was it a 1?
No, I rolled a 3, so it's a 10 total.
Oh, gotcha. So with the 10 total, he dodges out of the way. You do have another attack with your offhand.
Another one.
You can do the same thing.
13 plus a 7.
So with the 13 plus a 7, roll
20.
damage with which one was attacking?
Let's do short sword of shielding.
So you're daggers baning first.
Oh, do I also get sneak
and
attack?
then you do. This is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So the short sword does a d6, right?
Yeah.
So you get 3d6 for damage.
Nice, ready, all together now.
And then I would like you to make a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, so I got a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I rolled a 5 and a 3 on my sneak attack, and then a 6 on my sword.
A 14?
Yeah, 6 plus 8.
Yeah, that tracks. That's math.
That is math.
Fuck it up.
Damn, son. Yeah, as you do, you slice into his ear, cutting off a piece of his hair as it into the crown, and he screams in pain. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. I'm gonna contest this.
I believe 18 plus 4. 22.
He rolled a 4 plus his dex is a 9.
Let's go.
With a simple flick of the wrist, you just flick backwards as the crown comes off of his head. Are you trying to flick and hold it? Are you trying to flick it off and throw it like throw it?
It's flicking. If I can aim it, I would aim it towards like Van, and like I would try to flick it that, or just like any way that is towards my party, like any direction that I know someone can grab it.
So you know where y'all are at in the air. If you flick it kind of up backwards, it'll land in the middle of your party.
Yeah.
As that happens, as you get the crown off, you flick it up. Adane is bleeding. He has fire burns all over him as he is just and he's gonna look at you, Heppin, and say, I told you it wouldn't be different. You can say love all you want, but you're still fucking stabbing me.
I didn't kill you, Adane. You're alive. You still have time to stop. You don't have anything else. What are you gonna do? Die and feel sad?
Van's turn. As he rages.
All right. Where's everybody in relation to me right now?
You got Saneth next to you. The crown is clattered 15 feet off in the distance between you and Jax, basically. 20 feet up and 5 feet over. I'm pretty sure Heppin is locked in combat, and Dareem is 30 feet into the air, hands away, running along the wall.
All right. So you said the crown's 15 feet away? All right. Cool.
Oh, yeah. You moved 90.
Yeah. So he says,
if you were to bonus action. You just moved 45. You don't even need to 90.
I really don't. All right.
I'll get your crown.
And in a very swift movement, it feels like he really only takes one big step back and forth, really.
Yeah.
But he takes...
It does the...
Yeah, but using 30 feet of movement, I'm going to grab the crown and then bring it back to Saneth.
Nailed it.
And I'm going to hand it to him. I'm going to action ready dodge, and that is my turn.
Okay. You have handed over the crown to Saneth. That means it is Jax's turn.
Jax's turn.
Jax is going to use his action for Mind Sliver. So, intelligence saving throw to the boy.
The boy.
First one's a 13.
Oh, so it passes. Is that the roll or the modifier?
13 total.
That he has advantage because
he does. So first one, 13 misses.
Yeah, 13 fails.
And a 16.
Okay. Then Jax gets frustrated that his mind magic isn't working, and he goes, "Frack!" And he just the hand shoots. I'm gonna quicken Scorching Ray at him.
Okay. This boy has been blasting out spells left and right, and Dane is just like, I don't care about children. They mean nothing to me. They can't even harm me.
And then three blasts of fire come shooting at him.
3 blasts? Dang.
And they all miss.
How bad are they?
They're below 12. I need 12 on the die to hit him. So, yeah. And that's it. That's all I can do.
That is Jax's turn. Dareem.
Oh, wait. Real quick, as a reaction to Jax, can Van just shut up? Calm down!
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
You do that.
Without looking at him, you just back turn. Gotta keep that appearance. But he sends some words of wisdom towards Jax.
I'm gonna so Clip and I are clearly on the wall.
Clearly on the wall. It's Clip and I.
I'm gonna do like a cartwheel and land crouching still on the wall and shoot a firebolt. And Clip is gonna go in between my legs and stuff, fly in between my legs and land in the same time and fire along with
Clip
me.
Dareem is so extra.
You wouldn't expect it from seeing his picture.
Yeah.
But this man does the most.
He does the most. He is the most serene out of all of you, and when it's time to do it, he's doing the most. So y'all see out of nowhere, Dareem's just and he cartwheels his way down the wall, and with one hand on
across the wall,
yeah, firing a blast as he does, and in slow motion, spinning around him.
So my hit is a 23.
D&D Beyond is giving you some amazing rolls today.
Yeah. We have the dichotomy of Jax and Dareem right now, because Jax can't hit anything as above him. Dareem is just backflipping and shooting and blasting off.
And then Clip is gonna do a 18.
That hits.
So my hit is gonna be 5.
Okay.
And then Clip's hit. Oh, it's gonna be 6.
So,
Oh man, I'm just like
just
pew, pew, pew,
as Dane rages in the air, dagger swirling around him, 2 more hits into the same spot on his side as he and he starts gasping. Okay, and it is
I
his.
say, stand down, Dane.
It is at this point he is going to yeah. All right.
Sure.
You gave Sandeth the crown?
I did.
Did you just put it on his head or you just put it in his hand?
No, I just held it out to him. What he does with it, it's up to him.
Cool. It is at this point that Adane is going to, breathing to himself. It's not gonna be over until I say it's fucking over. You're on my ship.
Dane.
But you're a little bit stronger than I thought, so fuck this shit. And he just turns and dashes towards the door that y'all came in. And unless...
Is he going past?
Right next to him. Can I, do I get a sneak attack?
Fuck, you are right next to him!
Yeah.
Like, wait, he's running away?
You get to reaction, make an attack of opportunity.
Can I hug him?
You grapple?
Yes, you can, because I will allow you to not stab him and hug him.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna hold him. I'm just gonna give him a hug and I'm gonna say, I love you. You can still love. This can be over. I'm just gonna say this can be over. You don't have to continue.
So as he turns, you notice in that moment Heppin, standing next to him as his eyes are darting away. You've been through a lot of combats at this point in your life. You also know trajectory of wings. As the way his wings are flapping out, he's about to blast off Team Rocket style off into the distance, and you just reach out and grab him around the waist and from behind because he's turned away from you, and you say all of that, and he just flinches for a moment. And go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Let's go. Come on, baby. 14 plus 6.
Wow, really switched me up on that one. Those are very different numbers. As he stops, as your words sink in, and his wings stay to hover, you can feel, as your arms are wrapped around him, his muscles throughout his body tense up as he just starts to shake and convulse.
It's okay.
As he turns around towards you, he looks you in the eye, and they start making out. And jaws clenched.
I want to just, it's okay.
He's gonna look you in the eye as his eyes wide, his jaw clenched, tears start to form at the bottom of his eyelids. I will not let fucking go of this. As 3 daggers are going to fly into your back. Okay. Yeah. Does a 12 hit you?
How does shield
God
work?
damn it.
I don't know how. Do I just
It's a reaction. You get a +5 to your AC.
Oh, dope. No, it doesn't.
Oh boy. Well.
Does a natural 20 hit you?
Just hits.
And does a natural 1 hit you? Oh man, the dichotomy of him. The dichotomy.
As his dagger enters into me, I'm just gonna clutch harder and say, I still love you.
This is some strong love, baby.
It's the line of the fucking night, yo.
the stranger just pouring it out. That is 10 damage as it sinks into your back. That is a max.
Ooh.
Is this a grapple or a hug? Is my first question. Like, are you trying to keep him there?
How tight
Yeah,
of a
I
hug?
want to like. I'm trying to do that thing where like someone's like so sad that like you just hug them so hard that inevitably their brain like feels dopamine. So it's kind of like, it's a like, no, I'm not letting go of you. I don't care what you do. You need to experience that somebody can love you.
He is going to, as the daggers, here's what he's gonna do. As the daggers, like two of them miss because he like couldn't see them, but one does find purchase in your back. Another glints off your armor. He's going to just, he's going to stand up straight in this moment as you're holding on to him, and you can feel that rage start to lessen. Right? You can feel the muscles like tense, like like just start to go loose. I have seen what I need to do, and I have resolved myself to fate. And he's going to look off into the distance as his eyes flare up again. And he's going to do something with his hands as he seemingly casts something.
Can I use my reaction to attempt to discern what kind of spell he's casting?
Yeah, make a Arcana check, a science check, a spell check.
17.
The way that his eyes are flaring, you yourself can talk to people inside their heads.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I forgot.
Again, if I give you so many toys, you'll never remember what you got. You can talk to people in their heads. And there's something about the shifting of his eyes and the way that he's concentrating. While you do not know what he's casting, it reminds you somewhat, somehow, of that.
Ooh, can I say to Adane while I'm hugging him? I just want to say, I want to tell him, people can love you. People can love even if they've been hurt so badly that they feel like they can't.
You don't fucking know me. Will be his response.
You don't fucking know.
Sanith puts his crown on, and as he does, he raises into the air. Everybody roll initiative. Roll again! As he raises like a foot off of the air, you can feel the train itself start to almost shift around you, right? And there's a symbol on both of his palms of what looks like, you've seen it all over the train. It's just basically like the symbol of track, majestic, but it is like inscripted into his palms. They both flare up as this like wave of energy just coalesces around him, and he's still disheveled, he's still hurt, he's still all of the above, but like for a moment, he like rests onto the ground. Fuck you. And he points up and he will cast
Oh God.
Scorching Ray at Adane.
Was that going to hit me too? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
No,
about to ask that.
You can hurl them as much as you want. So
Dang. I'm just holding him down while he gets fucked up.
natural one. My characters are doomed. So first one misses.
Man.
Scorching Ray is how many? 3?
Three rays at second level.
The second one is a 15, which misses. And the third one is a 19, which definitely hits. On a hit, target takes 2d6.
A little rusty, but he still got
The
it.
fuel sandwich with the bronze crown is a little rusty. I see what you did there. We need to iron that out, steal ourselves for more of these jokes. Bronze medal.
No, that's the gold standard of comedy right there.
Man.
Gold standard of comedy!
That's
great.
Where's
great.
Blair at? Where's Blair when you need him?
For a total of 4 damage, he kind of like, oh fuck! He grabs at his ribs. His pains rack him as the energy just like, oh shit! As he blasts off, 2 of the rays just go wide as one does hit Adane, still in the air. And Adane is still up, and it is Heppin's turn.
Can I attempt to pull him down to the ground?
Yeah. Make a grapple check. I think with grapples you get to move people. Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
Is he like on his
he's
deathbed?
staying
I don't want to
here.
stab him. I'm hugging him. I'm hugging him and I'm pulling him down to the ground. I'm just gonna going for it.
The light in his eye is waning.
It's an 11 is what I rolled. I don't think I had anything. I don't have any.
Plus your
I have a
strength.
plus 0 strength. I'm not very strengthful.
I'm looking at shove real quick.
It can be dexterity too, I think, right?
He gets to choose. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You roll strength on at least on grapple checks. What did you roll?
11.
He rolled a 12.
Oh, damn.
Especially if he gets to choose dex. As you try to pull him away, your wings, his wings, the opposite, and he stays right there in the air.
Can I... Is that my whole action or do I still get it?
That is an action. You would technically have a bonus action. You have movement.
No, I'm just gonna keep hugging. I'm just gonna say you can choose. You don't have to continue down this path. Think of all of the people that you're hurting. Think of all of the lives and the other kids that you are creating to feel just like you. You're not changing anything. You're adding to the chaos. And you're not fixing yourself either. You're still feeling horrible. You're still letting that person... Do I know it's his grandfather, right? Do I know it's his...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he came out of the rock screaming.
Yeah. You're still letting your grandfather hold over you. You're fighting something for somebody that treats you horrid. When are you going to start fighting for something that you want? That's going to make you happy?
Van's turn.
My words.
Okay.
You see Hep holding on, screaming above. You see everything that just happened with Fuel Sanith.
Then they are 20 feet in the air still, right?
Yeah.
Nah, that should be fine. I'm gonna use a key point here to Step of the Wind to bonus action dash. Not action, sorry. Bonus action to double my jump.
Okay.
Which would now be 24. I'm gonna go ahead and leap of faith. Wait, they're 20 feet in the air. Never mind, I don't need to leap of faith. I can get up there. So we're going to Step of the Wind. Van is going to jump in the air. His right leg is going to go up at a vertical. He is right behind Adane, and he is going to just drop his foot in an attempt to just axe kick him on the top of the head.
Bang. Send him
Make
flying
an
down.
attack roll.
14.
That misses.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I tried.
Going up, as you bring it down, Adane just looks over and shifts out of the way. Both him and Heppin's wings just kind of working against each other to like twist them in the air to where your foot barely misses.
Okay.
You going back down?
Yeah, on the way down, I'll use bonus. Oh wait, no, I can't use my bonus action. I might take a little damage on the way down. I'll give Hep a just concerned look because I can see Hep kind of.
Yeah. I'll pass eye level.
Yeah, there's just a concerned look that's going to go towards Hep, but then I'm going to head towards the ground, and I cannot slow fall here, so I think I take some damage.
Why can't you?
Because I used my...
You always slow fall.
Oh, wait, never mind. No, yes, I can. No, because I used a key point. I confused myself.
Is slow fall a reaction?
It's a...
Oh, yeah, you're good.
I'm good.
You would take 8 points of damage, but you take none.
All right, so forget all that. I give Hep a concerning look, just like, what are you trying to do here? As I fall down to the ground.
Jax's turn.
Jax takes a deep breath, calms down, and just shoots a firebolt. And we'll see what happens.
Show him.
11.
Miss.
Jax kind of just like takes a deep breath and shrugs his shoulders. It's not my day.
Dareem backflipping his way across the wall as Jax can't hit anything.
So question. So I am up the wall right now. They are in the air. They're 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
How far out from me are they?
30 feet away from you.
And how high is the wall?
The room is 100 foot across. So the wall goes up kind of like, how far are you up it?
I'm only up 30 feet.
So like once you get past this, it starts lipping to and doming towards the center. If that makes sense. Like it curves.
I am going to run up the wall to be exactly above them.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna jump down and attempt to grapple him down. Down to the ground.
You know,
I don't know how to do this.
Because of flavor and because you have the positional advantage on him in this moment, and he's already being hugged, go ahead and make a grapple check with advantage as you are falling 50 feet down to the ground.
Okay. Well, the first one was
Am I
okay.
able to,
Good luck.
And then the second one
He already
was
has
not
advantage.
Okay. So that's going to be a 15.
A Dane rolled a 16 plus his 5 is a 21.
This man does not want to touch the ground.
So Dareem just feeling
Just
himself,
misses.
just like while they're talking and hugging, and they're like, "I can't believe I love you, love is love," and like, "Oh, nobody loves me." Dareem's like
try to-
looking around the room, and it just like he fucking Spider-Man's his way up to the top, and then launches himself down. And a Dane again,
God damn
as
it.
Van has missed, a Dane just fuck off, and he just out of the way of Dareem as Dareem goes 50 feet to the ground.
Is anyone like down there right
Technically, I am, but you're a metal man coming at me.
Dareem crashes into the ground and takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. I'm okay. Then in that case, I'll just, point at him and say, Clip, fucking fire away.
Cool, do that.
And so, yeah, Clip is gonna, miss for 10.
Cool. You miss. I think that means it is a Dane's turn. He will just, in the air, stop the spinning, look around, and he'll just kind of like look back at you, Heppin, and say, I appreciate that you still have hope. But I just don't think it's for me.
I'm not trying to sell you on hope, man. I'm trying to sell you on good things are gonna happen. When have you ever done that?
White energy coalesces around him. You feel your body, his body, disappear from your arms as this silvery mist teleports him as he begins to in a moment. And it's like 30 feet away, you can see another little silver mist whip up into the air, of where in this moment, in a blink of an eye, he's probably going to teleport. From below, Fuel Sanith counterspells. And a Dane goes nowhere. As a Dane just... God, fucking... and a Dane is going to look down at Sanith and, raging, send 3 daggers at him. First one is an 18. That
How
hits.
far away is he?
Aren't they 20 feet above him?
I don't know. Okay.
Right? That's where Van, or is it 25?
Say again.
Because it was 20 feet up, 5 foot off, right? So I said 25, which is beyond the short range, so it's disadvantage. Because 20 to 60? Okay. So first attack, he rolled an 18 and a 19. So
Dang.
That'll
it just
hit.
Be like that. Sometimes it just be like that.
second attack, is a 3 and a 17. The third attack is a 10, which hits, and a 2, which misses. So the first dagger sinks into Sanith. He has 1 HP left. He falls to the ground as a second dagger into his back, into his falling body as he hits from the side. And I'm pretty sure that's 2 death saves.
1.
Just 1 from an attack?
You have to be within 5 feet for it to crit.
Wow, I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah.
As the second dagger attacks into him, you can hear as he crumples into the ground as the dagger's back into the air. And to get out of a grapple, do you have to action to do it? So he's just going to struggle in the air and trying to push you off as he tries to move back. But Heppin, you still have him. He has not tried to break this from your love hug.
Cool.
I think. Right? Yeah, everybody trying to grapple the boy. As Fuel Sanith falls to the ground and he is starting to bleed out. That means Sanith's turn. Death saves are 10 plus.
Yes.
Cool. Something happened. And that means it is Heppin's turn.
I'm just gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out my dagger, and I'm gonna whisper in his ear. I'm gonna pull out my dagger, and I'm gonna say, "I'm sorry, and I hope that one day you're able to find peace." And I'm gonna stab him.
Make an attack roll.
Oh,
You don't have to kill him.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be
Yeah, you
killing
can
him,
choose
right?
not
Just
to
be
kill him
stopping
too, right?
Correct.
just
That's up to Hep.
But I mean,
just as
they
a
did-
rule
they did,
option.
mechanically, when you make a melee attack, you can choose to do non-lethal damage.
Now this is up to
Yeah.
Hep though.
100%.
well, what am I gonna?
I
Just
mean,
gonna
they
knock
did
him
yell at
unconscious?
each other that they would kill each other.
You could.
Right? Just kill him to almost death. Well,
Yeah, basically. We'll flavor it. But that's up to Hep. What would Hep want to do?
100%.
Because Hep could definitely feel in this moment, you know what? I gave him all the options.
a lost
And
cause.
this is
Kill
what
him.
he chose.
True.
Y'all did promise each other that y'all would go till the other's dead. So I understand.
I
if you
rolled
killed.
a 17 plus a 7, so it
hits.
hits.
Go. Is this short sword or Prince Bane? Short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a D6. You get sneak attack.
I'm
Go ahead and roll 3d6 for me.
really trying. Hep's really trying to morally. Hep is really going through right now because I don't think that this guy is going to I don't think I can get through to him, and I think Hep is maybe killing
It's a pretty fair
him
assessment.
is the only way to bring him peace. To stop the turmoil is to
Yeah.
kill him.
I think that's a fair
Right,
assessment.
that's kind of
Just tell me, tell me your damage
Alright.
total, and then I'm going to ask you
Okay.
a question.
oh fuck.
Oh, boy.
So the sneak attack is 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I rolled a 6 on damage for the short sword. So 15 total.
In this moment,
Plus 5.
plus 5, 20 total. In this moment, this strike, if you want to, can give him that peace. It is enough. And I will leave the choice whether to turn the blade to the hilt in the last moment and knock him the fuck out, or stab him, up to Hep.
What will Hep do?
In this moment, Hep says, "I won't be better than you. I won't be any better than you if I kill you, and I'll knock him out."
As you one arm around him, knock him in the back of the head.
Boing.
He gets hit and falls unconscious. not making death saves as his wings go limp and you both fall down to, float down to the ground.
I'll take out some rope and I'll tie him up.
You begin to tie him up. What are we doing? We're out of initiative and Feel Sanith is bleeding out on the ground. Mechanically, you can either choose to try and medicine check to stabilize him, or if you were to heal him at all, then he would come back with however much HP and he wouldn't be dying anymore.
I cannot heal
Then
him right
we'll go over to him and attempt to mend his wounds with a medicine check.
Okay, roll a d20. Can you healing palm him at all?
I can, but I don't want to. 15 total. 9 plus 6.
I think a 15 is more than enough to stabilize him.
Yes.
But he's not back at 1 HP. So he
wakes up in a D4 hours.
You've done this before, Van, that he will be awake in 4 hours from now. Like, based off of, like, the stabilization and the severity of the wounds and everything, that, like, it'll be a couple hours until he's awake, but he won't be dying.
I've stabilized his wounds, but he won't awake for some time.
I'm just gonna, like, kind of be standing over his, like, Dane's body and be like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't kill him. I just stooped to his level.
I don't think more death needs to happen on this train. Enough people have died. We don't need to add to the body count.
Standing up.
Also-
Finish.
I would like to say also, he talked to someone. He sent some kind of thing out. We should probably run.
Is at this point, you hear the floor. You feel it just start to rumble.
I'm gonna go shut
Slowly.
the door. Can I make sure the door is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
100%
You fly to the
locked?
door.
Like,
You shut the door. You lock it from this side, to the best of
I'm
your
gonna
ability.
take the throne and like do the like under the door handle thing to try and like.
The throne is huge.
Dope, Van, can you help me with this throne?
I'll help.
Everybody gets together. Everybody either make a strength check, or whoever's got the most strength. If y'all trying to push it off the dais up to it.
Van's helping, but he's really, like, something's up with him. He's really weary right now. Like, he agrees, but he's trying.
I'll help.
He gets it.
Oh, that's a 1.
Wait, are we all making the...
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody make one.
now. Oh, a strength check.
Pep's doing real bad, so it makes sense to Pep
13.
wouldn't be able to do much.
Oh, that's so close. That's going to be a 4.
So, my sweet tragic party, as some of you are bleeding out emotionally and physically, not doing the best you've ever done, but surviving this, seeming this part of the encounter, you, for a moment, gather around the chair. Everybody gives a, and it doesn't go anywhere. And you kind of look at each other and you're like, okay, well, I mean, we could
Gotta
just
get the fuck out of here. Let's find an
Yeah, we
exit.
could just- There is, on the
Yeah.
opposite side of the room, to the north, and as Doreen pulls out, I'm assuming the artifact listens to it,
Yeah.
to the north is a double door, and that is where it's pointing, and it is pointing up.
I will then go and... How big is Sanith, actually?
Sanith is about 3.5 feet.
dope. Exactly.
He is a hobbit, essentially. He's a halfling.
Well, so I'll get both of them in the underarm position. I've got both him and Dane.
Yeah, you pick up a Dane, so both, you can definitely do that.
It's time to go now.
Okay, let's go.
Actually, can I don't think I can...
Do the whole thing.
Yeah, I was like, with their added weight, can I...
Didn't we get up to like 400?
Yeah, you got
I
way
have it
up
written
there.
down, actually.
You're fine.
Let me
you're
see.
fine.
Sadly.
I can carry 360.
With 360, a Dane is the size of Heppin.
Okay.
Like,
all right, cool.
And Fuel Sanith is
Also the
a
size of
halfling.
So Jax jumps on Van's back.
Hop on.
Both under his arm. Jax just and assumes the position.
Onward!
Yeah.
A tough
Dream
battle.
lassos.
Jax had a tough fight. He needs a rest.
You did.
Dream hops on the hoverboard.
Yeah, as I'm doing that, can I leave like a recorded message at the door?
Yes, you can infuse up to how many things? Like 5 things or something a day?
5, yeah. I've still got 4 more. So I'll leave it at the door. So like if it opens, it'll say because Van, you have you have a name, right?
we're near the other entrance, so we're all kind of like looking like what is Dareem doing over there?
Yeah. Well, y'all are
Okay,
like.
wait. So you guys can't
Well,
even hear me then,
y'all
huh?
are setting.
Okay.
Y'all could be near the throne, right?
Okay.
Like, and you're like setting up as Dareem is preparing something. Is like you hear the rumbling, and then you're like, okay, onward as you pick him up, and then Dareem is tinkering for a second
Okay.
as he makes this thing.
So I make the thing, and I'll talk into it and say, try to harm us, and we will kill a Dane. And I'll leave that.
Sweet.
To,
You set it
like
as it
right
just
at the door.
2
Yeah.
little propellers fly out as it goes to the top of the doorway, right? And then just spikes into the wall right there. Triggered that if the door opens, it'll say this on repeat, right?
Yeah.
Then on your hoverboard, you kick off and you throw a rope out to Van, lasso him up.
Yeah.
As you throw up the rope, just yell
Jax, catch.
and telling.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I try to catch it.
Yeah, Jax catches the rope.
All right, and then
Do I fail?
Nah, you catch it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to
And then,
fail? Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
God damn
14.
You catch the rope.
Yes.
once
did
everyone's
it.
in position, I'm gonna just
I give
take
a thumbs
off.
up.
Okay. As Dareem throws the rope over, Jax catches it. Y'all making your little transformer car. A day now under your arm. The Fuel Sanith now under your other arm. Both annoying people. Luckily passed out. What did you do with the rock?
In my pouch.
I'll take it. I'll take the rock and hold it in my hand. I'll like go over to
Okay,
Van and
you've got-
ask him and say,
yeah.
I'll hold this in my hand. From now on, it's not gonna fall out.
Okay, so when I went to go scoop up a Dane, let's say I gave Hep the rock.
Sweet. Y'all move to that north door, opening it up, feeling the train rumbling as just the slightest sound of hundreds and hundreds of feet behind you as this raucous chorus of sound is coming from the hallway beyond, and it's just harmonious reverb that just carries from, I guess, the Oasis Park area from behind you as the train starts to rumble. The doors swing open in front of you, and Dareem holding up the artifact. You can see now a little 10-foot hallway in front of you. As the light of outside pours in, you stand in front of the middle of the front of the train, the very, very front, finally. And for the first time, as you 12 seconds, it's not just holding forward that it's pointing to, but it points directly to the middle of the 3-story gigantic area in front of you, which from the map, the bottom was the guide stop, the middle was the prime stop, and the top was the site stop. It points directly at the prime stop. And now knowing exactly where you're going, that's where we're gonna end this episode. Scooby-Doo.
What a fight!
Wow, a whole fight episode.
Wow.
I'm saying I was messing.
And
the Dane
everybody
up.
levels up.
You don't know what you've done. You've given the monk stunning strike. You done fucked up.
And a second attack.
And a second attack.
Ooh, okay.
You don't know.
Here's a real question.
Yeah.
Do I take
Welcome to the
level
next
of Bard
tier.
now, or do I wait?
That is a great, great question. Very Ivan Uzi. Yeah. Like Ivan Ooze does the spit, and then the one dude's like, nice distance.
Are we Power Rangers?
Do you want to be Power Rangers?
Please.
Yes.
I want to be a Power Ranger, please.
You're all getting power suits.
We're all getting 3 levels of Artificer.
I call red.
You call red?
Dude, Heppin would be such a great Red Ranger.
Dude, Heppin would be the best Red Ranger.
Freaking Van is the Green Ranger. I already know he is.
No, Van is blue. Van's the coolest.
No.
The coolest person's always blue.
So he's the Black Ranger then. He's obviously
No. This is Super
I'm
Sentai
the Black
rules.
Ranger.
Like the Blue Ranger is the cool.
You want to be the Black
second
Ranger?
command.
Okay.
I'm Black Ranger, definitely.
Why do I feel like Van would actually end up being the Pink Ranger? Like he wouldn't pick an outfit, so he would just get the last one.
Jax.
Damn, what that makes you is the guy. What's the guy's
I'm
name?
Zordon.
Oh my God, Zordon.
And I'm Rita Repulsive. I'm all of them.
Yeah.
I have to be all the putties. I mean, basically, is this just a Power Ranger show? Because the Brain Boys are basically putties, are they not? Like, are we finding that I'm just retreading old stuff?
Just give us a Megazord, baby.
10,000 years
We're almost there. Babe, wait, babe.
I can't see Jack.
Yes, bep. Okay, is that good?
I think so, yeah.